ruled Faerun. And you're here to search for one of the runes that Anim the Allfather wants to revoke from the giant leaders that have basically failed him in his eyes. And you've explored some of the lodges. So far, no idea where this rune could be. As you've made your way to one of the lodges, you've quickly learned this is actually the Jarl's Lodge. And you met a shady character named Nilrorn Darlost, who claims to be a prisoner, a captive of the Frost Giants. However, doesn't really look like a captive. He's definitely not restrained in any way. Well, he wasn't when you found him either. And Than believes he's a member of the Zentarum. So he seemed quite content into traveling deeper into the lodge. It's a 3-story building, this one. And you've come to the main hall here, where you can see a mighty throne and a number of white dragon eggs and a ladder leading up to a 3rd floor. There are also 2 frost giants guarding these eggs, and they seem to be very protective of them. Giants and dragons have always hated each other, so you can imagine that the frost giants are not protecting these eggs because they like dragons. And anyway, Nilrorn seemed content on getting to this throne over here to try and take cover behind it from the giants. And he was being attacked by the Winter Wolf, but he's made his way over there, and we ended the session with him pointing a wand at you guys and thanking you for helping him get into this room or something like that. So that's where we're going to start off today's session. As far as people's conditions go, Than, you've got up. Well, you're not even here, so just ignore me. Rend, you'd attack recklessly on your last turn, and you're raging. This one of the giants has got synaptic static on them, and Roderick, I think, is concentrating on Hunter's Mark. I believe it's Hunter's Mark. Alright, so what you can see on the throne over here, where Nilrorn is a conch. It looks like a conch rather than a horn, as in one of the conches of teleportation that you guys have. And no sign of the room. Yeah, Than had pickpocketed a scroll from Nilrorn, and this had sort of set him off. And he kind of yells out, like, "Who took my spell scroll?" So with that, yeah, he's not really happy with you guys. So he points this wand towards Norin mainly, and kind of this direction. And he just yells, "I don't appreciate being stolen from." The owl will be back soon, and I'll be the one claiming I assisted the frost giants in capturing you all. I'm sorry about this. It must be done. I can't expect you to understand. And he casts a spell from the wand. It's a fireball. And he's going to drop it here. Fucker. He points it in this direction, like clearly to the doorway, and then all of a sudden there's an explosion that just erupts from that center point. The walls are like sheathed in ice, and they're not going to catch on fire, but that explosion does wrap around corners, spreading out to hit Norin, Roderick, and Jarek, and each of you will need to make a dexterity save. I'll make Roderick's. Alright, it's a mighty explosion. A thundering roar just explodes outwards. And Norin, you fail and you take 50 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Jarek, you fail and take 50 points of fire damage. And Roderick, with his evasion, I believe he has, he should take 0. He should be able to dodge out of the way. Does he have evasion, actually? No, he doesn't. He is only level 6. So, he takes half damage. It's a mighty explosion. It just defrosts the entire area. And then Nilron has a bit of a scowl on his face. You can see his scowl through his furs. Huh. Tougher than I expected. Don't worry. I've got more juice where that came from. And then he stows the wand. And he ends his turn there. He'd already moved as well. He's kind of taking a bit of cover behind one of the legs of this giant stone throne. Alright, I'm just going to have Roderick shoot at the Winter Wolf with his longbow. He's going to take a couple of shots. He puts 2 arrows into the Winter Wolf. It lets out a yelp. And then Roderick is going to say, I think we should spread out. We should stand over here. Oh, this is a marvelous stone flooring.
Roderick, go stand on the throne.
As he would say. I can't do it, Captain! He yells out. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna be very minimal when I'm controlling their characters. Alright, Norin.
Let's see. I'm gonna bonus action hidden step to go invisible. "30 feet. Oh, he's in range of my javelins now. Yeah, I'll throw some javelins at him. This is the first one. And
Alright, that'll be
straight
at
roll,
advantage. Oh yeah, so disadvantage, advantage.
yeah, because I'm way out of range, unfortunately. Of the regular throw. But 20 should hit, hopefully.
He quickly murmurs a few words. He throws his hands forward, and that javelin bounces onto the ground, bouncing off of him. He casts shield.
Alright.
Are you still invisible after attacking? It goes.
No, I think let me. I'll pop the furball ability. Or until you attack.
Okay. Alright, yeah, he does get a little bit of cover from behind that chair leg of the throne, and it was aimed to hit him, but the shield spell deflected your javelin.
Alright, well, in for a penny. I'll throw another one. This is a disadvantage.
This javelin, it actually managed to kind of get to him, but again, it bounces on the ground from this invisible barrier that sheaths him.
Okay. I'm gonna use an action surge. I'm gonna dash with it. So spread out a little bit. I'm gonna go there. And that will be my turn.
All right, when you stand there, Nora, and you look out, and you can kind of just see like for a couple hundred feet in the distance off, like this is like just a balcony. It just leads outside, and you can just see like this kind of foggy haze of the ocean, basically. So you're looking out towards it. Thomas.
All right. gonna shoot the wolf.
It's a hit. The firebolt slams into the already injured winter wolf, and it just roars. Ah! You're going to regret this. The owl will be back soon, and he'll come straight here and rip you apart. You best just leave if you hope to survive.
And bonus action, I'm gonna miss. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not a second level slot. So bonus action, I'll do nothing.
All right, Bjarni, the giant has a synaptic static on him. He's kind of his head is looking at the floor. He's tapping his ear with his open palm with his left hand, and he just kind of shakes his head a little bit after being knocked back, and he just lets out a loud roar. Alright! What's that one? He runs over here, stepping beside his fallen companion, and he has this spiked belaying pin in his hand, and he just tries to collect you with it, Rend.
Oh.
And collect you he does. Hit you for 28 points of piercing damage.
And I'm down.
He just, he cleans you up, and he knocks you to the ground prone. And, he's going to hit you again. There's no one else to attack, so he's going to try and finish you off. Coup de grace. And remarkably, the spikes on the belaying pin actually prevent the weapon from hitting you. They stick into the ground, kind of like, the spikes go in between your arm and your shoulder and narrowly miss your neck. And then he's going to take another step here with his last of his movement. And I'll make him another intelligence save. Lily.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to blade sing. And then I'm gonna, let's see. Oh, yeah, gotta run forward.
You've got your cool shield up still as well, Lily. I think I forgot to mention that.
And then, let's see. Go another 20 into the room. And I'll try to hit with Ding Dong Doom.
The wolf lets out another final yelp. And it just sinks down onto the ground dead. Alright, the white dragon wormling is screeching, and it just opens up its mouth and it just instinctively washes its cold breath over the frost giant, and the frost giant just kind of slaps it, and of course the cold doesn't do anything to the giant. Than is not here yet. Okay. Than is going to run in and save Rend, because that's what he'll do. And he's going to give him a 3rd level cure wounds, because he doesn't want him to die. And that just gets maximized, so 28 points of healing for you, Rend.
Nice.
Now you come to. You're no longer raging. Got cooled off a little bit when you got knocked unconscious. And Than's going to use a help action on Bjarni. Say, but just stop that, is what Than would say. Jarek.
All right. Let me just check the distance on this real quick. Not sure if I can get there, but let me just check real quick. Right there. I think I can get there. I'm just gonna try. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're a little bit quiet then, but I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go here. Then I'm going to cast haste using a warlock spot. Put that down one. And that's going to be on Rend.
Alrighty. He starts to speed up. He opens his eyes really quickly.
That's some good stuff.
And I can do one other thing. Just make sure. Yeah. No, I cannot. Looks like that's all I'm doing.
Alright, Randy, you get a burst of adrenaline, double movement speed, plus 2 AC, an extra special action. You can use half your movement to stand up, so.
Alright, I'll stand up. And we're going to go ahead and reckless attack the giant.
Dan just shakes his head. Why do I even bother? He says.
It's happened, has it? Even in my absence, it happened.
He's here for that. Oh, perfect timing. Alright, you swing the giant slayer around and hack straight into its leg, and it slides down onto a knee, and it has to bring its hand forward to catch itself from going face first on the ground. Its head is like adjacent to yours. It turns its head to the side.
Let's do that again then.
And it's gonna miss. He quickly moves to the side, and your axe just hits his armor.
Let's try it again with the haste action.
And
oh my god.
Again, it's another miss. He just goes broadside with his armor to block your attack.
And let's see here. And that's it.
Alright, Nilrun calls out again. You've really interfered with my plan now. I don't want to have to do this, but I guess I have to. I'm going to need that scroll. It's a shame I have to take it off your dead bodies. Fools! He yells out. And
If you had told us your plan, maybe we would have went along with it.
My plan does not concern you.
Then fuck you.
Yeah, what he said.
That's not very nice. And then he's going to just he's got more juice where that came from. He did not lie. He's going to cast another fireball, but this time he's not doing it from a wand. He starts to swirl his hands around, whisper some verbal components, and he just takes out it looks like a crystal orb with something inside it. It's very small, fits in the palm of his hand, and you can't really see what it is in detail from this distance. And he's going to drop a fireball to get... He's going to get the Frost Giant. Sorry, Bajani, but you also didn't accept my plan, so you're just collateral damage. And he drops it here to hit as many people as possible. Everyone in that area needs to make a dex save. The giant just tries to shield himself.
Yeah, Lily wants to use Absorb Elements.
Alright, cast Absorb Elements. Don't you do you have... does the Cool Shield give you resistance already?
I have the one that would protect against cold things.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Alright.
Because I saw the Winter Wolf, so that's the one I cast.
Question, did I have less up, or is it gone?
It's gone. You weren't concentrating. I used the 3rd level Cure Wounds for Ren, and that's all that you've done. Because Ren got put down. Alright, Lily, you fail the saving throw and you absorb the damage down to 20. And then you save that. fiery energy in a weapon of yours.
And I'm gonna use damper to also absorb elements.
Okay.
That's 1 charge.
Alright. You use it from the rune thingy, right? Oh no, damper the weapon. Okay. Yeah, you absorb the elements down to 20 points of fire damage too. And Than.
Yep.
You need. Oh, you got your dex save there. Alright, you just managed to succeed then, and you take 20 points of. Well, you take 0 because of the icy mantle, right? It reduces damage to
No,
0.
I've got fire resistance. The icy mantle is only for bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that. Alright, you got fire resistance. You only take 10.
Yep. 10? Okay.
Yeah, and Ren, you have advantage from haste. You succeed, and you take 20 points of fire damage, and the fireball wipes out the frost giant. And then Nilrorn, he kind of starts to flee, and he just starts yelling out, "Hey! Hey! Where are you guys?" And he's like just calling out really loudly. And he does take cover behind one of the wooden beams that kind of support
he's
the
yelling at
balcony.
who?
He's yelling at the ocean, apparently.
Okay.
Oh no.
As if he's got someone out there. Roderick.
Go somewhere that I can see something. I can see a piece of him. How far
There's
away
also
is
a little
that?
baby white dragon to worry about too. So
Yeah. What is the longbow? Let's see.
150 for short range, 600 for long.
Okay, so yeah, I'd have disadvantage on him. Yeah, I'll just shoot the white dragon.
Okay.
I might put a hunter's mark on it first.
Okay. You lost.
That.
Yeah, you did lose concentration on your other hunter's mark.
Yeah.
But yeah, you cast a new one.
That's right. And then where is it? One.
It hits the dragon, and a bit of blood sprays over it. It's looking very badly injured.
Fire off another one.
You put another arrow into its neck, and it just collapses onto the ground dead. Norin.
Norn is going to take a long, deep breath. Second wind. A bonus action. And then keep running after old. I imagine that the white pieces here are slippery ice.
No,
Or okay, they're not. Cool.
it looks like this place is maintained regularly. There's just fresh snow here, and that's it. It doesn't really
30 feet.
impede you.
I got a pretty good line of sight on them. So I'm going to throw some javelins. Disadvantage.
It's a miss.
And another one.
And he'll throw up another shield spell.
You will run out of those eventually.
And you will run
But
out
very
of time,
soon.
friend.
Yeah, whatever you say. You just killed a giant in the Winter Wolf. I don't imagine the Yarr will find you any better than us.
Oh. I'll just tell the Jarl what you've done. Thomas.
And I'm gonna and yeah, still nothing to do with the bonus action. So.
Lily.
Oh boy. Alright, let's... I got nothing that reaches that guy, so let's try to deal with this. This guy's still alive, right? This worm?
Dead.
No,
Oh, it's dead.
just the main.
Oh, crap. I don't know how to get over. I think in this case, probably the best thing I can do is try to keep Rend alive. So yeah, let's just try to keep Rend alive, I guess. Whoa. Oh wait, Dimension Door allows me to take someone with me, right?
It does.
Yep.
All right, Rend. I'm gonna Dimension Door me and Rend. So I want Rend to be right here and me right here.
You can go up to 500 feet any way you want.
All right, yeah. Me and him right in his face. Me and Rend.
Okay, Fro, just move where you want to go. Rend will be in the same location in comparison to you.
Okay, so let's see. If I put me here, I'll put Rend right here.
Alright, he looks absolutely startled, and the piercing blue eyes, they just widen. Shit. No hard feelings.
Cut his head off.
And that's my action.
It's not too late, you know. You could join us. Damn.
Question: is this table big enough so I can run underneath it?
Oh yeah, easily.
So I will. I'll go full 70 feet. As a bonus action, I was a dash, and then I guess I'll have to. I'm gonna cast. I hope this doesn't fuck anything up. I'm gonna cast silence. Right here.
Okay. Suddenly Neil Rawns offers his words. They're humbled.
Look something up for him.
And all of the sound of the wind outside, the distant crashing waves, Neil Rawns' voice, and everything else going on completely ceases. You just see him, just his mouth moves, and that's it. Jarek.
This is interesting. You guys move really fast. So I'm just going to run down here. And I can still see him, right?
From there, I'm pretty sure. Let me check. It looks like
It's like half cover.
yeah,
Quarters cover.
you've got line of sight easily there.
Well, he's lucky. I just don't want to push him off the edge of the cliff. Since we have a couple of guys right there, I'm just going to go ahead and hit him a few times with the agonizing blast.
When you fire, the beam stops short, 5 feet. It stops in this space. It does not reach him. Or if you got double, you got spell sniper.
No, I don't.
He is 125 feet away.
That's fine. I'm going to fire it again.
It's the shield that's stopping it. That's the problem.
No, I'm out of range. I didn't check it.
Again, the beam just it dissipates just 5 feet too short. Rend.
Rend. Alright. Let's try to reckless attack this guy. See if I can hit him.
That bounces off his shield.
Son of a bitch.
Boom. You almost kind of felt the axe go through. Very close. And that time it does, it just impacts him. Alright, you slash into him, it just barely catches him. He's actually very tough.
Shit, that's all I got right now.
You got that hasted attack, right?
Oh, I do have a haste. I forgot I was hasted. Yeah. All right, once more.
It's another hit. And you just catch him again. Some small injuries.
One attack.
Alright, when
And I think
suddenly another shield. It as you thought you were hitting him, a magical ward that surrounds him seems to kind of unravel, and you didn't actually hit him.
Is he an abjurer?
all right.
Seems like a
That was
ward
my
took the
last-
damage instead. He smiles
I
at
get
you.
Turn.
He is going to provoke from Lily and Rand. He's going to run over here. That's a hit.
It's a crit.
You don't have advantage,
I was reckless.
but that only gives you advantage on your turn. Doesn't give you advantage on other people's turns.
Okay, that's for the rest of your turn.
It slashes him, and alright, this time, it's still only just eats through this ward. And anything from you, Lily?
No.
Don't forget you're in silence.
Yeah.
Alright, when he gets here, he just he looks around at you all and he just yells, "This isn't over! You've no idea with who you're dealing with! We'll meet again, I'm sure, if you continue this dangerous path. And next time, it'll be your death!" And he's gonna cast a spell. And that spell is teleport. He vanishes.
Can we see what he rolls in the random?
You've got no idea where he goes, whether it's a random location, whether it's somewhere he knows very well. It could literally just be downstairs.
Yeah.
And the initiative is over. He's gone.
I look in the distance and see if there's any sign of the Jarl ship or anybody.
Make a perception check at disadvantage. The area is lightly obscured.
I told Thomas that was a teleport. He's likely farther away than you can see.
Yeah, but he was calling for somebody. I'm just hoping, wondering if we can see him.
He
All
can't
right,
hear
just
you.
let it-
You're in silence.
Oh yeah.
Should have pinned him down in the silence.
You scan the horizon and no sign of the Jarl.
Alright. Step out of the silence and say, I think we need to search this place for a rune as quickly as we can.
I think we're pretty beat up too.
What's this thing on the throne? That was just another.
At
Conk,
first,
you said?
yeah, at first, conk. At first, you guys like your characters probably thought it was another one of these signaling horns. And upon closer inspection, you realize it's actually there's a conch inside it that the horn has been kind of fashioned around to make it look like a mammoth tusk or something like that. But it's actually a conch of teleportation.
Oh, we've got one of those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take another one.
Why? Can't even use the first one.
Well, so they can't use it.
Correct. Yep.
It weighs 20 pounds. Who wants to take that? You don't need to identify it. It looks almost exactly the same.
Take it if no one else does.
I can carry it.
Okay, you carry it. Sure you got more strength to spare.
Yeah.
Alright, you take the conch.
I'll go search the giant that was over here.
All right, you go and check the belongings of these two giant, and they don't carry any treasure on them. They didn't have any backpacks or bags, just their weapons and armor. There are some objects on the table. I think maybe some drink or something like that they were sharing, but other than that,
Oh yeah.
they didn't have
Can we
any
get
of
a
their
drink?
worldly possessions on their person.
Wait, does this ladder go up or down?
It goes up. There is a just an opening in the ceiling. It leads to a third level of the lodge.
Are these shelves down here? Are they?
Yeah. So as you guys take a look around this magnificent throne room, you can see some. First of all, there are icicles hanging from the balcony here, and a few hanging from the ceiling. Like all the walls are glazed. It looks like the floor has been kind of de-iced. There is a massive rug made from the hide of a white saber-toothed tiger. The throne, it's actually not stone. It is carved from foggy ice, pure ice. And against the southern wall, there's a heap of shelving units. There are neatly bundled up furs and some jugs and some casks. Everything is giant size, and the actual shelf itself is about 10 feet off the ground.
Can I reach any of the casks or jugs to see what's in them?
If you can get up onto the shelf, yeah. It's 10 feet above the
Athletic?
ground.
Can I climb up?
That would be almost impossible. Probably
Yeah,
impossible for you to climb up. There's not really any handholds or footholds on the walls, and on top of that, like the walls are sheathed in ice. Maybe if you could defrost the ice, someone athletically inclined could climb up the wall and then kind of jump, cling onto the side of the shelf, and then climb in.
Could I give him a boost?
I'll
Yeah.
try to melt the ice with a few fireballs.
Okay, as you're doing that, Norin comes over to offer you a boost up, Thomas, and you can just climb up his arms, his shoulders, and his antlers. He just basically puts his antlers on the top of the shelf and uses them like a ladder to climb up.
Great handhold.
All right, so there's some casks, and they are absolutely enormous. The spigot itself is huge, and it would be an athletic check for you to try and open it to see what's inside the cask. Only one of them are tapped. The rest of them are just completely still sealed.
Right.
It's not turning. It's even a little bit kind of frozen. It's ice cold to the touch.
Can I push it off the shelf for someone else to try to open it? Or is it too?
It's a ton.
Oh, yeah, that's too big.
Ton is in TUN, which is 224 gallons.
Alright.
Other than that, there are these large clay jugs. They are stoppered. And massive furs.
I uncork one.
I don't think you have the strength to do that, Thomas.
Okay.
They're huge. They're bigger than. They're probably about your size.
Perfect.
There are some massive rugs as well, bundled up neatly, tied with some rope or some cloth material, and you can see inside these giant bottles. Must be wine or something.
Well, while everyone else keeps looking around, I'm gonna start launching firebolts at the throne. Start melting.
Okay. It melts after a couple of minutes of non-stop doing that. becomes like a nice slush.
Well, I'll stay over there until he wants to get down, so
Okay.
so he
alright.
doesn't have to jump down.
I take your help.
So, I mean,
Gratefully.
you're not going to take Nilron's offer to join the Frost Giants?
Well, not after we melted that chair.
Well, he didn't really stick around for an answer, did he?
No.
Okay, so while the two of you are doing that, what's Jarek and Roderick doing over here? You want to check this table?
Yeah, you said there was some drink on here.
Yep. It's
So,
how are you getting up on the table? It's a question.
well, I mean, there's drink up there, so I'm going to find a way.
I'm sure you will. Trying to jump up and grab the side of the table, you're not tall enough.
Alright. I'll use some rope. Can probably...
Do you have a grappling hook?
Not a grappling hook.
You need a grappling hook.
Hmm.
I can come over to the other side if you want to throw it all the way over.
I could throw it over the whole way and then do a loop around it. Tie it
Sure.
down.
You could get someone to hold on to the other side. You want to call someone over to do that? Someone that could support your weight?
Well, once it comes over, I'll wrap the end around the leg. to help
Okay. I make a sleight of hand check, Thomas.
I do it so that no one can see.
You tie a good rope. And you're able to climb up now, Roderick. And you sprawl atop the table as Jarek waits underneath. And atop it, there is a large ivory drinking horn. It looks like a mammoth tusk. In fact, you've got good reason to believe the other tusk was built into that conch. This one is... it weighs 75 pounds. It's probably quite valuable as well. And then there's some scraps on the table, some meat, some like plates and stuff like that. Mostly drink.
So sample all the drinks.
So if you could take the mammoth tusk, it weighs 75 pounds and is worth 750 GP.
Yeah. Well, with all my gear, it's too heavy for me to carry, but I could drag it to the edge and drop it down for someone.
Can anyone carry
I mean-
75 pounds?
I could probably carry it, but are we going to carry a mammoth tusk around for the rest of this time?
Dan could add it to his collection of heavy horns that he's been collecting.
Yeah, you could. Than's actually just going to make a helmet with the conch of teleportation and a mammoth tusk on it instead.
I'm at 133 pounds total weight right now.
Well, your carrying capacity is 15 times your strength. So if you've got room for 75 pounds, then you can carry it. You can strap it to your backpack or something like that.
What is it?
Mammoth
horn with
tusk.
700 tusk, yeah.
750 GP, weighs 75 pounds.
I mean, if we really want it, I mean, I can carry it. I have plenty of.
Yeah, no. Than is not going to carry it. It just doesn't seem it worthy.
Is ivory
It's
a
literally
special-
the exact same dimensions as the last toss that you took. Same weight, same height, same value.
Was it my decision to take it?
Yes,
Maybe it's
it
the magic
100%
tusk.
was. Or maybe it was Rend, actually. Maybe Rend took it.
I don't think it was. It's not. Than would not be collecting gold or anything worth the value of that. He doesn't really care that much.
Okay.
What does Thon collect?
Well, I'll put that token there to remind you guys, because maybe you want to bring the airship around and take it before you leave.
Yeah, maybe.
If you leave.
Yeah, if we make it out of here.
Is there room to
I-
dock on the balcony out here?
I can show you the outside view, if you like. If you want to go out to the balcony and check it out. See what you can see.
Depends if there's giants out there. If there are, I'd probably rather not know.
Thomas checked. There's not. I'll move you guys like to the outside view if you want to see what the view is like.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, you could almost call out to the airship from where you are if you had some way to augment your voice. Let's just go on to that map. I gotta grab everyone's tokens, so I'm just gonna move you guys all together so you can see the map. This is like the balcony that you guys are on here. Whoops, apparently the tusk and the silence goes with you guys. So you're over here. When you look out to the south, oh, you see Norin just
fly off in the distance.
Jumps off.
Alright, you can see the south facing part of Svardborg, a massive ocean, and the airship is like over here. You parked like over here. Around this corner. Maybe.
Is this all flat, this area over here, or is this...
Yeah, this is the suitable place for the airship to land. It's relatively flat. It's about 50 feet off the ground. 50 feet above the ocean level. And then you guys are about 80 feet above this. Oh, sorry, not 80. You're on the second floor, so you're about 40 feet above this level.
I think we should finish searching the interior before we...
Yeah, upstairs.
Just in case runes here.
Yeah.
Would I be able to know how difficult it is to train a dragon?
Do you know how to train a dragon?
Make a history check, Roderick. It really depends on the type of dragon we're talking.
It's a 15. I got
White are
advantage
pretty
for
dumb,
it.
right?
You can't at the moment. You're having trouble recalling any lore about dragons at all.
Oh, I've got advantage on that.
Oh, you do?
Favorite enemy. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, a white dragon, they're the most feral of dragons. They're barely a step up from an animal, and it would be impossible. You couldn't train a white dragon. You could beat it into submission and make it fear you.
Or threaten it with killing its baby.
Yeah.
Isn't that just training it?
You could do you could do something like that. You wouldn't be able to get it to like be loyal to obey you, no way. In fact, any dragon, at best you'd be an ally with them, but dragons consider themselves superior to you. Or any other humanoid race. And in fact, dragons, when they get old, they pretty much think you guys are all the same.
Racist bastard.
Things like one elf is the same as all elves, things like that. Even good aligned dragons. To be fair, they're usually 700-800 years old by then. By the time they're ancient.
Hey, can you cast mend on an eggshell? We can shove that corpse back into the shell and mend it.
Jesus, that's dark.
You could.
Just pretend like this never happened.
Exactly. That way the dragon can't blame us for the dead baby.
I'll just tell him it's a
It was a tragedy
suspected
all around.
Zentarum back.
So,
Do I need to melt the ice off the ladder for it to...
So what haven't we not searched here?
Oh, you could climb the ladder.
There's
The ladder, yeah.
I'll go up.
And
so Ren just at
possibly
least puts it on the shells and kind of packs the shells on it.
Okay, you do a real makeshift job of making it not look like a dead dragon. Each egg is about 4 feet tall,
there we go.
and they're all covered with an icy glaze. The fireball kind of melted away that icy glaze, and it actually melted the shell as well. Alright, so the ladder it ascends 40 feet, and the rungs are 5 feet apart. So it's going to be difficult to climb up this.
I can climb up and throw a rope down.
Okay, with someone doing that, everyone could get up without any ability check.
Or we can let Than do it. That's fine
Then
too.
just picks the ladder up and just puts it down and jumps up.
We all hold onto the ladder.
Everyone hold on to the bottom
Hold
rung and
up.
he flips it up.
I feel like Thon tries to climb the ladder, but he really just pulls the ladder down to him.
He just throws you
Just the
guys up
floor
one at a
above,
time.
pull it down.
You all just grab onto his arm, and in one great heave, he launches all 6 of you up there.
Look at that.
All right, you arrive up to the top floor, and there's a big
Hey, you.
stash.
Wow.
Big stash here.
I'm not sure if
Hey.
you've seen Hey You, but that owl is much, much bigger than mine.
That's Hayu's cousin, Big Eddie.
It's not a competition.
All right, so this room is like an attic. It has a pitched roof, and there is a triangular opening in the west wall. Sorry, well, yeah, technically this is west. That allows like wind and snow to enter. You can see it built up, and near the opening, hanging from a chain bolted to a rafter, is a 20-foot tall wooden cage, and it has a massive owl in it. And the owl is
Is it
just
like-
perched.
An animal, or is it
It's an animal.
Alright.
Well,
Um,
I mean,
I'll-
if it's like created from a spell or something, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah.
But for familiar,
That's
it couldn't be a
someone's pet.
familiar. You can't have a giant owl as a familiar.
Yeah.
Well, not from casting the spell at least.
But it doesn't look like an abomination or anything. It looks.
Oh, it's a giant owl. It's a beast.
I bet it tastes good.
So I'll try talking to it, and if it's like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, you, how's it going?" And if that doesn't work, I'll.
All right. What sort of ability do you have to communicate with animals?
I will cast
wait,
speak with
wait.
animals if
Yeah,
necessary.
I can actually speak with animals.
Can you understand them? They can.
I mean, actually got the spell speak with animals.
Oh yeah,
It's like
cool. Yeah.
the barbarian bear.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, you can do it as a
Or the totem
ritual.
thing.
We've got like a
Yeah.
few. Do you want to do that, Ren?
Sure. I
Alright, Ren
completely forgot about
Just
that.
reaches into his pocket and he's got like some twigs and some bark, and he like throws them on the ground, starts stomping on them, and whatever you do for
I'll
your
join in
ritual,
the ritual.
starts chanting. All right, while you two are doing that, that takes about 10 minutes. Lily, what are you doing? What are you up to?
Just imagining what this bird tasted like.
Is that what you think about Hey You?
I'll take
I
a
try
minute
not
to
to
throw
think about
Lily out
you
the
too
window.
much.
Okay.
I guess I could start casting detect magic. It seems like that would be a useful thing.
Okay. You start casting detect magic, and
It'll take a little while.
even all this chanting doesn't really disturb the owl. The owl is just it's sleeping. It's broad daylight, so it's asleep. It maybe peers an eye open at you guys. All right, Norin. So over this side of the room, there is an abundance of barrels and crates and chests. The crates are 10 foot square. The barrels are 8 feet tall. The chests are 10 feet long, 6 feet wide, and 7 feet tall, covered in ice.
Let me know if you want anything melted.
Well, I mean, Norin is interested in trying to open chests, so.
All right,
He points and I
all right. You hit
I'll
it
try to open them.
with some fire bolts. It would be impossible while the ice is still covering it.
Oh, gotcha.
It's completely
Yeah,
sheathed in ice. But the
Yeah,
firebolt,
Norin will wait until firebolts.
it will work. And you just firebolt some sections of it, Thomas. Enough to get like a crowbar or something into the lid so you can pry it open. And if you've got a crowbar or something similar, you can try and open it now with an athletics check.
I think I've got a crowbar. I'll give it to you.
I was about to say, I think somebody does.
How about a short
Yeah.
sword?
I do.
Hey Seb, I have a question.
Yeah.
And a hammer.
This out here would be like I'd be looking down on the roof of the floor below us, right?
You are overlooking the balcony. and you can look out and see the ocean. The balcony, like where you guys were looking out from before, is about there. Oh, sorry. Yes. No, you'll see the pitch roof of the balcony first. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like the same sort of structure, same build as the original one that you guys entered from, where you could climb up on the roof to gain access to the other holds and whatnot. So, who's opening that chest? An athletics check with advantage if you've got a crowbar or something similar.
I can do it, or try.
Short sword would probably bend or break or something though.
Yeah, I can hand you my crowbar, some pitons, a hammer.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Go to town on that fucker.
You come prepared, don't you, Thomas?
Yeah.
You snap that chest straight open, and inside it's full of coins. It's packed full of coins.
Copper coins?
Mixture. Copper, silver, gold. Hundreds. Thousands.
Nothing in here, guys. Close the lid. Just joking.
I'll start firebolting the one.
I'll start.
That's one done too. Melt it up.
With that list of
And
items,
just start going and seek.
Okay, you can do that, Thomas. It takes a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes. So while Thomas is doing that, Jarek, what are you up to?
Just gonna watch this. Listen for anything like a ship coming. In fact, I'll ask the call to go out and take a look and fly around and make sure there are no ships coming.
Okay.
Let us know when there is one coming.
You can make a perception check to scan the horizon.
That's okay. So that would just be a wisdom, right?
Yep. Wisdom perception check. All right. You look through his eyes and whatnot, and it seems clear. There's no ships in the horizon. All right. So there's probably about 2,000 coins in this chest, and I don't know how you guys are doing on carrying capacity, but if you wanted to sort out copper from silver and that from gold, it will take a very long time. So I'll let you know what's in there, and you guys let me know if you're able to take any of it.
We could use a simple metallurgy to do that. Just heat it up until the ones that we want
Make
melt,
a
and
block.
then run them into a barrel. Yeah.
Well, how much
Set up
room?
a distillation system.
Yeah.
How much room do we have in the party loot bag?
I mean, I don't have like a weights down for everything, so I don't know.
Well, 10 coins is. Never mind, I don't remember.
100 coins
I
is
would-
5 pounds.
Shit.
I would say let's just keep opening chests. I mean, we're here looking for the rune, and if the giants come back, we might not have time to go through all the coins anyway.
Yeah. Don't forget
Well, I
you've got
just
the
noticed-
airship. So
I noticed we have almost 3,000 silver pieces that can be swapped for gold pieces. If
Yeah. If it's all mixed, though, it's a pain.
well, I'm assuming that in the party loot, it's been separated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, there's about 2,000 coins in this chest. If you wanted to try and sort through that, it's going to take an hour or so if one person did it. Thousands of coins. All right. Anyway, just maybe Norin's advice is good. Just keep going, opening the chest, and see what you're dealing with first.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Thomas has started to work on defrosting them, and the ritual with Ren and
I'll work
Roderick
on
almost
opening
up.
them after Thomas is done.
Yeah, you can make another athletics check, Than. Actually, what's your bonus to athletics?
Plus 12.
No, you don't even need an ability check. Which one? you can open it.
That's more than my strength.
I'll just in sequence whatever Thomas is working on. I'm right behind him.
Well, Which one are you working on then, Thomas? That one? The closest one? Okay.
Yeah, and going counterclockwise around.
Alright, you snap that one open and it's filled full of coins. Thousands of them. A mix. Copper. Mostly copper. Very few gold and a good mix of silver in that one. And next one. I'm guessing it'll be this one. It's also full of coins.
Exactly.
A mixture. Gold, copper, silver. And the next one. Gold, copper, silver. Alright. After 4 chests are done, these rituals have finished.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Lily, you've got Detect Magic up and you are not detecting any magic in the area from where you're standing.
Alright, I'm just gonna start doing a slow walk through the room.
Okay, can you just throw up the description as well? Oh no, you already did. So it's blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood. Oh yeah, these chests, they're not that thick. So anything inside the crates, chests, or barrels that's magical, we will detect. And yeah, you can actually pick up some magic when you from this chest. When you move close to this one, there's a source of magic coming from within. Alright, but while you're doing that, Rend, your ritual for Detect Magic, sorry, not Detect Magic, Speak with Animals has gone up now. And yeah, you can now comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts.
Hey, big guy.
Sorry, I thought you were being facetious when you said that. I didn't realize Ren was
No.
capable.
Yeah. Speak with animals and one other beast sets.
Who are you?
I'm Rend. Who are you, man?
Me?
Are you a prisoner here?
Yes, I am. A prisoner in my cage. I long to get out. Would you get me out?
Yeah, totally.
Don't
Yeah, absolutely.
He just
What
yells across. Oh yeah, I don't understand the yell. Never mind.
Alright, so you can reach the cage. It's got just a wooden latch keeping it shut.
Alright.
Alright.
Open the thing.
This thing is huge as well. It's like about your size, Rend. It's absolutely massive. Like, ours are already huge as they are, and this one is like on steroids. A massive beast just starts fluttering around. Thank you for freeing me.
Do you know where you're from?
Where I'm from?
Yeah, where your home is.
This
Where will
is
you
my
go
home.
next?
I will fly off now.
Do you know where the guy that kept you went? Do you see him a lot? And he leaves.
LOL.
The owl says yes
LOL.
and starts flying off. And then it doesn't really stick around for a conversation. It just flies off straight away.
Huh.
Ren, we could have eaten that owl.
I went smoothly.
He seemed like he wanted to go.
If
So,
there's
we got
some
him
good in the world,
downstairs.
at least, you know, an owl's not going to betray you.
No,
Yep.
well, he's gonna fly straight to the Jarl, and the Jarl's gonna
Yeah.
be like, "What are you doing out?"
Like a homing pigeon.
Alright, so Than, you bust open this next chest now, and it's just full of coins. Mixture of coins.
More coins.
This one has magic. This one has 3 sources of magic coming from it.
Can I
Wow.
check for trash before I try to open it? What area I can see?
Of course you can.
Really? Why'd you
That
back
was
up so much?
quite sinister. Why'd everybody run away from me?
I have a
Everyone is
good
just
reason.
gonna
I
sit-
know what's in the chest.
Norn's just been sitting on the crate the entire time.
I make a
am I
perception
rolling?
check then to see if there's any traps. There are no traps that you can visibly detect.
All right then, crowbar it is.
You know,
I assume none of the sources of magic I saw was coming from what looked like the lock of the chest.
it could have been, but it's too late now. No, I'm joking. It's not trapped. You open it up, and it actually just contains a dead dwarf.
Oh, those fuckers.
Dead dwarf. She's completely frozen, and
I close it.
she's wearing
Nothing to see here, Roderick.
full plate. She's clutching a warhammer in her hand. She's got like a fur coat on, completely frozen.
I obviously don't believe Fan.
Alright, yeah, you can sense the magic coming from within. 4 sources of magic.
Alright, let's dig.
Can I lift her out of there?
Well, that's it. There's just a frozen dead dwarf, clad in full plate, with a
Yeah.
warhammer in her hand,
I'll,
backpack on her back.
I'll melt.
Okay. You hit her with the firebolt multiple times until she defrosts. And she's still got a lot of ice clutching her, but you can kind of now pry off her backpack and take a look inside. Inside, there is actually 3 potions, as well as an explorer's pack of gear. The potions all have magic coming off of them. Whoops, 3, not 2. And then the armor. The armor still has a source of magic coming off of it.
Alright, let's strip a dwarf.
Maybe it's the dwarf that's magical and you have to wear him.
Her.
Only one way to tell. Let's separate.
It's a dwarf. You share us to her.
I don't know. Shave the beard and maybe you can.
Alright, well, dwarf is going to be quite heavy. Someone's going to... Like the dwarf and the gear, maybe 200 pounds. Probably more.
I'll
You
use the
try to
crowbar.
take the armor off the door.
Yeah, you can hit it a few more times with a firebolt. Get that dwarf pretty much
Loosen up the
defrosted.
sticking.
Alright, so yeah, the full plate is magic. It's size for a dwarf. It needs to be identified. It weighs 60 pounds, as all full plate does.
Now, potions are identified through identify or through tasting them. I
Either
don't know
way.
how potions work.
Either way, can identify a potion.
Alright, I guess let's figure out which one of these is the poison. And I'm gonna try to identify all 3.
Alright, so you take a look at these potions, and each one are different.
I
Oh,
imagine she's like sticking her tongue in like a hummingbird, trying to lick the lid.
one of them is glistening with a bright red glow, and you already know what this is. It's a potion of superior healing.
Nice.
And who's gonna take that? Or is that going in party loot? Oh, it's probably gonna go on a
Yeah.
person. Or maybe sort out.
Who doesn't have?
We'll identify all 3, and then we'll hand them out. All right. So yeah, you don't even need to really identify that one. You can just kind of tell. The next one, you actually know what that is as well, because you have one already. It has like a syrupy liquid that looks like liquefied iron. It's a potion of invulnerability.
Nice.
Gives you resistance to all damage for a minute. And then lastly, the other one, you're not sure what it is at first. It holds like a fog that seems to move around, and it pours like water. And when you take a sip of it, one of your fingers turns into a gas for a brief moment. It's a potion of gaseous form.
Beautiful.
Not a bad haul.
So who doesn't have a healing potion?
Good question.
Well, I might just want to give it to Ren since he's always.
Renda's out, but I don't know if I should give it to me or give it to somebody that keeps me alive.
Well, I mean, if it's on, if it's on
Or
you,
Norin.
You can wear it on a necklace.
if it's on you, whoever's keeping you alive can just take it off of your person too. So.
Or Norin, because he doesn't. I mean, I at least mitigate some damage most of the time.
Yeah, I was going to nominate Norn for the invulnerability one.
Okay, that's fine then.
Okay, so Norin's getting the invulnerability.
Yep.
Alrighty, add that to your character sheet.
And the superior to Rend. And potion of gaseous form, no idea.
Alright, add the potion to your character sheet, Rend. And yeah, potion of gaseous form. It's good for like slipping through cracks and things like that. Not really so much good if you need to get away, unless you can like slip through a crack that another creature couldn't access, because you go very slow. But it's great for getting around things.
Anyone want that?
Yeah, sure. I'll carry it.
Alright,
Just in case. I like to do weird stuff.
there you go, Thomas. It's all yours. Alright, so the chests have all been searched. There's still some crates and there's still some barrels.
And I'll start the barrels.
Now, they're not really frozen in ice. These ones really look like they've been purposefully sheathed in ice, these ones.
Oh, what about the crates?
No.
Okay, cool. Just hand my crowbar to whoever wants to try.
Alright, the crates
Sure,
are easily openable.
I'll open.
Alright.
I'll open the rest just for the
Alright, the first crate
girl.
is it's got some objects in it, some instruments and some chain. Massive coil of chain. And maybe hundreds and hundreds of feet of chain. There's also
chain made of platinum?
the chain is made of iron. And there is a wooden harp inlaid with gold. This is giant sized, by the way. So the harp weighs 100 pounds. There are 2 drums and 6 flute. I mean, the gold on the harp might be valuable. Other than that, not worth a whole lot, these instruments. Particularly to someone who could basically crawl inside the flute and live there. But maybe a couple hundred gold pieces worth of gold on the harp.
It's a lot of weight.
Yeah. It's what it weighs 100 pounds. This is the sort of thing you'll need the airship for. And the next crate has some sort of construct in it. It's like just pieces of some sort of construct. And there is a scroll next to it. And the scroll is written in Dwarvish. When you open it up, it's not a spell scroll. It's instructions of some sort. There's diagrams, steps.
I just call out, hey, we need somebody to read crayon.
And the finished product looked like some sort of dog. Mechanical dog.
Come on, French Dwarvish, nice.
This sounds like a Roderick thing.
French and Dwarvish. Is Thomas Canadian?
You like your pets?
Yeah. He's from San Francisco, but he was dumb and took French instead of Spanish in high school.
Okay.
But he was haunted by dwarves in his dreams for so long he picked it up.
Alright, so are you guys taking the armor off the dead dwarf? I presume someone's done that?
Yeah. We'll take it.
Alright, and then who wants to take that? Who's holding on to that? It weighs a lot. You could probably go in the bag of holding, right?
Yeah, I think bag of holding.
Looks
is
like
fine.
it. The gold in the bag of holding the coins is like 140. I'm making a chart for the other things, but
No problem. You can just kind of guesstimate. Just make sure it doesn't go over 500. Otherwise, all your stuff's going to spill out.
yeah.
So, alright. You can read this. Oh, there's something else as well, Thomas. This dwarf kind of looks familiar to you.
Oh, really?
That's pretty
That's
racist.
racist.
It is.
Can I recall who?
What was the name of your dwarf friend that, like, brought you into this world? Not as in, like, birthed you, but guided you.
I don't know. That was no, my guide. Was he a dwarf? I don't think he was.
Or his friend, his buddy.
Yeah, he had a buddy.
But you were raised by dwarves?
Miros. Miros'
Were they all out of
buddy.
wolves?
It looks like Miros' buddy. No. It looks like, yeah. One of the dwarves in Nightstone. One of his friends. There's a resemblance there. Maybe a relative. So there's another quest to go and deliver some more news of dead people.
That's relatively interesting. Oh, we were supposed to go to, was it somewhere in Icewind Dale? The next chain of the chain of telling relatives that are people.
Bryn Shander, yeah. It's Morak's friend and neighbor, Samuel Southwell, was killed. So it kind of looks like Morak. Anyway, you can deliver even more bad news if you ever go there. Alright, so anyway. So
you guys ignored that chest of random coins? The one that was up here somewhere?
Didn't ignore it. We just decided it's too much trouble.
They all have random coins.
Yeah.
Lily's just gonna try to fill some into her back.
How many do you want to take?
Maybe 100 pounds worth?
Okay. Just note that as 100 pounds of mixed coins, and then when you get time, I'll let you know how much. You'll get basically... Well, you won't get an even mixture of all, but I'll let you know. I'll sort that out later.
Thank you.
So, when you take a look at these instructions, they're for a clockwork hound. It looks like it's going to take about a day to assemble. But the finished product should be, if you're able to actually decipher this, some sort of awesome clockwork dog.
Oh, definitely.
And then we can
stuff
get
up.
to taste the clockwork mouse. Excellent.
How much is that one?
So yeah, you might get, like, if you're able to. It looks very complex. If you're able to assemble it, you could have this clockwork dog that seems to be like an attack dog and can do things for you.
Nice.
Can act as a guard dog. It's got some sort of long tongue that can, like, trip people over, and it even has like an explosive that can shoot from its mouth.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we need one of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably have
Okay.
Lily try to put it together.
It weighs 50 pounds.
Is there room for that in the bag of holding?
Oh, I'll pick it up. I'll take it.
Ren
Thank you.
can put it in his pack. All right, so you've searched all of this room now. The crates, except for the barrels. The barrels, they just have some pitch and oil. Massive barrels of pitch and oil.
Huh. Probably wait to torch the place.
Actually, it might be something if we've got room on the
Oh,
ship.
you gave him an
Put it
idea.
on, because hey, all of a sudden we're aerial bombarders with that crap. Imagine dropping pitch and oil off a ship and firebolt.
If you're able to lift 3 ton, then sure.
I mean,
Diane can, right?
With one arm, you just throw him up on his shoulder.
Yeah, I got that potion of storm giant strength. I still haven't used it.
Yeah, even it would probably even take 2 frost giants to move one of these.
If we
barrels.
load that onto the airship will be no longer an airship.
That's true.
You bring the airship around here,
regular ship.
roll the barrel off, and it just breaks the airship apart. It's almost as big as the airship, actually. All right, no, it's not that big. It's reasonably big though. Anyway, so what do you guys do now? No rune kept here, unfortunately, in the treasury.
is it time to leave and lick our wounds?
Yeah, probably.
Is it possible I know it's probably nothing's gonna come up, but can I check the room for any secret compartments since
Yeah,
it is a treasure room?
make a perception check.
Guidance myself as well.
There are quite thick walls, so there's definitely room for many compartments, but you don't see any. Doesn't look like there are any
Alright.
secret doors or secret compartments that you can see.
So, what now?
Yeah, we still want to find the Jarl, but I think we're hurting for a rest, right?
Right, so regroup and
Maybe fly up a few thousand feet and
come back another day. We've pretty much cleared out this place, anyways. This ended up being pretty big. Weren't we in a
And there
Like-
one more.
in a
Are we-
bay?
Oh yeah, there are locations that you guys haven't
Yeah,
explored
this
yet.
is only the second one.
Isn't this the first structure we went to the right?
Yeah, it appears that there are
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 lodges that have been chiseled out from their tombs. Their icy
If
tombs.
we bring the airship, do you guys want to take those or leave them?
Take what?
The dragon.
Dragon
eggs.
eggs.
I'd say we should probably leave them. Just what they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless we could sell them. Or
I was thinking
could
more in
drop
case
them.
the white dragon attacks us, we can say, hey, we'll bargain for your eggs.
Or we can tell them where the eggs are.
Or if you guys want scrambled eggs,
Yeah. Oh,
blue scrambled eggs.
you guys think of, though, first step, flying up really high and
Get the fuck away from here.
I will not say no to a rest.
All right, let's back to the airship then.
can someone message him and have him come meet us at the second floor?
So when you say up, you mean far away, right?
Whatever you guys think.
Yeah, I can have I'll go message the captain to come around.
Who can message?
To call the imp.
I thought someone, Dan, don't you have the spell?
It's not. I have to.
Typical
have it, I
sorcerer,
just-
they think magic grows on trees.
I didn't pick it because I only really picked
The
up.
airship's like 200 feet away.
I can speak in my own voice through him, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, cool.
All right. You stop before you go any further. Because when you look out into the ocean now, very aggressively breaking through the fog and ice is a 500-foot long ship.
Dear God.
It is absolutely enormous. And it's just comes to a aggressive halt. Like it's just burst out of nowhere.
Oh shit! It was that fucking teleporting mage.
How far away is?
150 feet from
Great.
maybe 200 from where you guys are. So it is more than twice as big as the frost giant ship that you guys had encountered last time. And you already see frost giants, they're moving very quickly
Get out of here, guys.
to get onto kill boats, and they're already starting to come over towards the lodges. You can see vaguely many figures, and they're firing a ballista at the airship. Tikal sees a ballista bolt clip the balloon. Another ballista bolt clips the gondola. The airship's gone. It's flown off. This all happened very suddenly.
You guys want me to teleport?
Where are we teleporting to?
Sure.
One of the circles.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So all this for nothing? You're not going to try and get the rune?
I don't think we're in any.
We're having no
Okay.
spells and we have no health, so
I
I don't think we have any chance to fight an Arl or a ship full of giants, do we?
I'm just
Well,
going
we
by your
can-
health bars. And
The,
I see Dawn and Roderick half dead. Thomas is full health, and then Norin, Ren, and Jarek are basically dead.
Okay. Fair enough.
We can try to steal the rune in the time that it takes to cast the teleportation. Got a minute.
Alright.
Run
I'm
out,
not
run
sure
back
what
in.
kind of Ocean's 11 heist you want to pull off here, but
Alright, so you pull out the red chalks, you quickly trace a circle on the ground, and you very quickly sprinkle the gems and the ink on the ground and whatnot. And as long as you're next to Lily here, you're going to go with her.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys jump inside the circle and teleport away.
wherever we said we'd meet the airship, whatever city.
Which circle are you doing, sorry?
That's just what I was saying. Is
Everlund?
wherever we made plans to meet back up with the airship at is where I would probably.
Everlund makes the most sense.
Okay. Well, I think the agreement was with the dragon cultists is that I think they were going to wait like, was it 48 hours? And then they
Yeah,
were
I
going to
think it was 48
return.
hours.
They didn't. I don't think they said they were going to go back to anywhere else though. They're dragon cultists mainly, so yeah. They'll probably go back to Cloth, if anything. If they find that you guys are gone or something like that.
Well, we can
I guess we can.
if we get a rest, I can send a message to them.
Perfect.
Sure.
Where we are.
So, where do you guys teleport to?
We're supposed to talk to the Harpers again, correct?
Everlund.
Everland.
Alright. Everlund. Okay. You're back at Everlund. Up in the Moongleam Tower. I'll just move on over to the map.
You know, it's probably pretty close. Has it been the 10 days that we were waiting for info from? It might be a couple
for-
days short.
Where we just were, right?
No, the other place, right?
Well, we're gonna have a hell of a time getting to that island now.
Alright. You return to the Moongleam Tower. And you just like sort of teleport here. Actually, I think the circle in Everland's not even here, but if you guys wanted to talk to the Harpers, this is where you'd go. So let me just double check the map, the teleportation circle map. In Everland, you're in a circular tower in the Moongleam Tower. It's basically right where you guys are here. You're greeted by Nespril Menk, a mage who watches over the circle, and they can direct you to the secret Harper headquarters here. As you guys teleport in, you see Maester Krigvind and all the other important figures of Everland, and they're startled at your sudden appearance. Maester Krigvind will address you. Oh, you're back. I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Yeah,
Did you
neither
get
were
what you were looking
we.
for?
Not quite.
Getting close. We need to regroup before heading.
Giants hit hard. Very hard.
Ah,
Fireball.
so you went to seek out the frost giants. I see you are unsuccessful by the looks on your faces.
Yeah.
So far.
Don't worry.
Ran into.
You can't win every battle.
Do we know if that mage was a Zentarium agent, or is that just?
Did you ever check to see what scroll you took?
You're allowed to know whatever you want, I guess. As long as you believe it enough in your heart.
No, I did not actually. So I take out the scroll and I give it to Lily.
Right, it's a scroll of sending.
Oh shit! This whole time, I take it back.
You can go ahead and contact those people, right?
Well, we have 2 scrolls of sending now.
Oh.
It's exciting.
I can add that to your inventory. And
Yeah, Thomas, that's not a bad plan.
Crowan looks at the scroll. Ah! Is that something important that I need to see?
No, it's just a scroll ascending.
Oh. So, you mentioned something about a rune that you seek. But you could not
Yes.
locate it? And you
we
need
think
this rune to prove yourselves worthy in the eyes of Annam the Allfather.
That's right.
Correct.
Hmm.
So I think I'm going to throw this out there and see if you guys agree. Lily, that looks like she's okay with it, but maybe spend the night. Get resources, teleport to Neverwinter, message the cultists to meet us there and try to see if they're still there.
We can send them a message now, and that way, by the time we rest, they may reach a location that we need. I don't know how long it takes
That's good
for
thinking.
them.
Yeah,
So I'll do that.
But we thought as long as we needed to regroup, we'd check in with you and see if that intel was.
Huh. I'm sorry. Whatever concerns you have, I'm going to have to ask you to redirect them. At the moment, we must commit our resources elsewhere, but I'm afraid, due to your rank in the Harpers, you're not privy to the information. I would suggest you ready yourselves. Things may turn very bad. The situation with the Giants is starting to get out of hand. We need to move quickly. Whatever it is, if you need to get this other rune, I suggest you do it as quickly as possible. Do not delay, or next time, there may be no Moongleam Tower for you to teleport back to.
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Well, if you can show us some place to rest, then we'll do that and get back to.
Drav comes over to you all. Of course. Harpers are welcome at my establishment. Come with me. We'll get your beds.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so yeah, Drav is the contact that you'd met originally when you came to Everlund. He is a member of the Harpers too, and the name of his tavern is what's it called? The Ram. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's you've been there before. It's the tavern that is. It used to be like a temple, and it was once a noble's mansion, and then turned into a temple, and now it's an inn. The Rambling Inn. So he takes you there, and you've got some free beds for the night. You can all take a long rest. You wake up the next morning.
Am I able to finish the scribing I was in the middle of? I think I had like 4 more hours left.
Yeah, easily. Okay, so from what Kroll and Valhara was saying, it sounds like the threat of the giants has exponentially increased, and it even sounds like Everlund is under threat. And Everlund is basically the Harper hideout. There are very powerful mages that live in this city. Some of Faerun's most revered wizards. There is soldiers patrolling the city, and you can see a large increase of a military presence for this day that you spend here. So it appears that you need to move quickly.
Yeah, I think first thing in the morning we're gonna. Or did you message the airship to meet us at Neverwinter, and we'll teleport there? Yeah, no. What do you guys think?
Yeah. We gotta get back. We need a room. Unless you guys know where another.
Alright, so how long will it take the airship to get back? Alright, assuming that the airship wasn't completely destroyed, or the frost giants haven't got to it. I think it's going to take about 5 or 6 days to Everlund. 7 days to get there.
Neverwinter.
Oh, to Neverwinter. All right.
Yeah, we'll teleport there. So
4 days.
Shorter.
So that's 8 days to get back to Svartborg.
Is there any way to set up we can teleport to the ship?
Yes,
Really?
I need a year and a lot of money.
If I was you guys, I wouldn't be going back to Svartborg, because that 8 days is, well, could be the difference between major cities in Faerun being destroyed or not. You should probably seek out another rune now, something closer, such as the Cloud Castle over the Evermoors, or Parnast.
Could you throw us back to the map, please, Seb?
Sure. I was just looking at it then. But I would say that, yeah, Svartborg, I mean, it's out of the question now, really. Returning there. I mean, it's up to you guys, but this would be the advice given to you by the Harpers if you're looking for it. You'll need to go after a different rune.
So, obviously, the closest one is the Cloud Castle. and going to Parnas. The quickest way to do that would be to teleport to Waterdeep, and then take the tradeway down, and then go east on whatever.
Is that the
whatever road that is.
closest? The closest room?
What's?
Teleportation.
I think that's the closest teleportation. Waterdeep. There's no big cities around it.
There's Yartar.
Loudwater?
Where's
Yeah,
Loudwater?
Loudwater's the closest one.
Oh yeah, we could teleport to Loudwater and go there.
Yeah, because I think for the Cloud Castle, we probably would have to wait for the ship if it's still around to get back to us anyway. So that's a week or close to it, right? 5. 6.
Yeah. So So really, we don't have
You couldn't
much of an option.
you couldn't find a
I
way
think-
to get up there without the airship? Flying or something?
Oh yeah. we could.
Or a flying mount? Griffin or something like that?
More mounts.
We're gonna be
Horses?
fighting cloud giants.
Stack your horses
Right
up
away.
like a ladder. Maybe
we,
plan a
we
beam.
own enough scattered around.
plan a beam.
Yep.
Cloud giants are the nice ones or the evil ones?
Well, they're not evil,
50-50.
or I think they're just neutral.
Or they could be evil and they
So-
could be good.
Yeah.
Maybe-
It's not neutral so much as they vary.
Well, they could. I mean, I'm just saying they'd potentially be reasoned with.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Depends who we run into.
Alright, so before that, adamantine full plate was the armor that the
Oh,
dwarf
nice.
was wearing. It's only fitted for a dwarf. Anyone else, you'd have to get it resized.
I suppose I will swap out my plate for the adamantine full plate. It gives immunity to crits or something.
It does.
Yeah, so the Cloud Castle's
It's a bit loose
Take
around the
half the
chest.
Alright, you can fit that right away, Roderick, so there you go. Still got some dead dwarf stuck to it too. You can clean that off.
I definitely do clean it off.
We just need to find a way to fly up there. So.
So we're pretty much, the airship is done. We're too far away from it to deal with any, right? So
well for the next leg. You know,
Well,
it should
should
get
we-
back
By the time
we're
the
done.
airship gets to Neverwinter and then you fly back to Svardborg, it sounds like Everlund is on the cusp of being attacked. By the way that Crowan said, but he can't give you the particulars of that information because you guys aren't high enough ranking in the Harpers. So,
I think.
no,
maybe ask the
you
airship-
wouldn't imagine that this is a threat from Frost Giants. Frost Giants, they couldn't threaten Everlund. But maybe Fire Giants, or maybe Stone Giants, or who knows what could be threatening Everlund.
Yeah, so maybe just redirect the airship to come back here for whenever we're done with our next, and try to find a way to get to the Cloud Castle.
Alright, so this is the next morning, this is the next morning, so you guys have rested. You're all rested, you're getting ready to prepare your spells for the next day, and Than, you wanted to message someone in the airship. Is that the plan?
well, I was gonna do it before we before we rested. Actually, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
To use one of, because we have 2 scrolls of sending. Use one of them to send the message.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's just do that, and that'll probably be best. And we're telling him to go to Neverwinter, right? And that's where we'll
Actually,
meet
I
up
would
with him.
Alright, who
or
are you
send them back here.
you casting sending on to Trout, the guy or Nizeroth, one of the dragon cultists?
Yeah.
Alright, so a short while later before you've rested, you're in the inn, and it's a nice comfortable inn. You guys have got some nice rooms there, and you're just planning what to do next. You use the scroll of sending and you contact Nizeroth. So
Okay.
we're sending. Was it like a certain amount of words that you can ask or something like that?
Like a magical tweet.
All right, 25 words or less.
Yep.
Okay, you've cast a spell. You've got 25 words.
We are alive. We are in Everland. Meet us here. We'll be back. Hope you are alive too.
Trout messages back, or Nizeroth. The gondola was hit. The balloon was hit. They are looking for us. We will return to Cloth and Vale. You can meet us there. Exactly 25 words.
Where the hell's Cloth and Vale?
So we're by Icewind Dale.
It's up by Mirror Bar.
Yeah.
And Cloth and Vale's over there.
Exactly what I didn't say.
Which is quite close to the Svardborg. But judging from like the size of those ballista spears, if one of them hit the balloon, I mean, you're lucky the balloon didn't break with a single shot. They probably don't want to risk traversing all the way across Faerun because there is a very high chance they wouldn't make it. There's like dragons and stuff that like can.
Well, it looks like the airship is heading to Cloth and Vale.
Okay.
So, I always hated that airship, so fuck the airship. We don't have it anymore.
Well, we don't need it for the next leg anyway. So let them do their thing and figure out what we're gonna do.
I feel like Cloth and Vale is a very safe place that they could get to, and so it's up here. I think there's the closest teleportation circle is
Mirror Bar.
Stone throw from Cloth and Vale. This entire region is Cloth and Vale as well, like around Mirror Bar. Anyway, so that's what they're going to do. If you take a look at your map and do some measurements, it's going to take them probably 3 days to get there, maybe 2 or 3 days. All right.
One of you guys has mounted combat, right?
It's Norin.
Yeah,
Alright.
I've had it for a while now.
All right, Norin. The next spell I learn will be.
So
Okay.
Will be what?
Maybe-
Sorry, you cut out when you said the spell's name.
I think you just.
Oh,
said
did you
the
say
next
for
spell.
you? Okay. All right. Well, you guys are at Drav's Inn at the moment. You're just in your rooms. So we need to formulate a plan, and the plan needs to be something that's going to get you a rune quickly. Things are escalating in Faerun. There's no time to squander anymore.
All right. So what runes do we know? Let's start with that.
When were we fucking squandering?
We just had this
Jesus.
conversation. I think we narrowed it down to going to the Cloud Castle or to down. That one was at the bottom right.
Did we get the fire giant rune?
Yeah, we got that one. We got the shield rune from them, I think it was. Is that what?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
From
Probably
that.
the last person who should
Go
have
on.
asked that question.
So when you take a look at the map, and you know that at least every type of giant has one of these runes. So there is this cloud castle that's been spotted over the Evermoors. That's close. You know that there is another cloud giant, Parnast, which is arguably the same distance, maybe further. It depends.
Perfect. Let's go there.
The
If-
downside is the Cloud Castle's half the travel distance. But we
Also,
don't
our
have a way to get up
inability
there.
to the
traveling along the road from Loudwater to Parnast, it would take, it's about 240 miles. It's quite a distance by foot.
We need horses.
Don't forget, you do have resources here in Everlund as well as Harper's. They,
Yes.
they have information.
We need mounts.
They may know a way we can get up to the Cloud Castle and be able to help us with that.
Mm, okay.
And do we know
so
that they
other-
have a rune in that castle?
Nope.
Yes, you
Pretty sure.
you 100% do. You were told that there is one by Ageron.
We've got the fire one. The ice one's out of our reach. Did we get one from the hill giants? And does anybody know where in the world stone giants?
You guys haven't
yes.
encountered any stone giants.
They live on the ground a long way, dig caverns and tunnels and stuff. But who knows if they've caused problems?
Oh, they
Doesn't seem
definitely
like
would have been, because all the giants are in upheaval at the moment.
Well, we need to get the Harpers or whoever in Everland, the authorities, whoever, to help us. We need mounts or a flying ship or flying mounts, and they need to get it to us ASAP if they want us to help.
Or even potions of fly or something that would get us up to the castle.
Something, yeah.
You guys could also, if you're interested in trying to find stone giants, and you could just ask to see if there's been any word.
Yeah.
Maybe the stone giants are even closer.
Yeah, we should ask that.
Yeah, if they're worried about imminent attack, that could be.
Hey,
Stone giants seem scary.
stone giants. They're
Honestly, they
just
all
above.
seem scary to
They're
me.
just above hill giants.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're the second lowest in the ordering.
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right, so
But that
Drav
was-
hears you guys deliberating, and he kind of knocks on the door. He has reserved you guys a meeting room in the tavern. It actually has a nice stained glass window. It looks like it used to be a temple from Malik to Maliki, the forest god, and they've actually left some of the original windows in this room, so it's quite nice. Large wooden table, seats around. You guys have got your map laid out, and all of your equipment, and everyone's getting ready to prepare spells. And Drav knocks on the door. Do you mind if I come in?
Please do.
Come in. Yeah.
I hear you all deliberating here, and I would like to join you. Maester Crowan has sequestered me to aid you. Unfortunately, you'll not be back allowed inside the Moongleam Tower. It's off limit to anything less than Moonlord, unfortunately, and any of the subjects that the Moonlord has allowed in for these private meetings. Even I, a Harp Shadow, I'm not allowed in. But if you need something, I'll be your contact. As Harpers, you know what they say. We protect the innocent and those who cannot protect themselves. Through knowledge, we will make Faerun a better place.
Well, my friend, we want to take as swift as action as possible. Are there giants, a conclave of giants nearby that are...
That cloud giant castle that's been hanging around the Evermoors. It's been there for at least a 10-day now.
Well, we'd be happy to go there if we only had a way to get up there. We don't want to delay while our airship comes. Do you think the Harpers could assist us with the means to get up into the sky?
You mean you're looking for griffins?
Griffins would
Something
be
like that.
ideal. Yeah.
Or do you have any word of stone giants?
There's there's been a problem with griffins lately. The frost giants. They reave some of the settlements on the coast. The griffin breeders. The fire shear. They've been wiped out. It would take time. I'm not sure if I could get you griffins right now.
What about scrolls or potions of flying?
I can put out my feelers. Potions of flying? That may be possible. I could try and procure you some. That would be expensive.
A big catapult?
I like
Yeah,
that
human
thinking.
kid.
Well, I'm sure the Harpers will foot the bill, considering this is in dire needs.
You're joking, right? With your rank? Good luck.
Then why did they ask us to help in this matter? And they said they couldn't find anyone else.
What's your rank again? Exactly. You don't even know.
Of course, we'll do what we can, but we would appreciate any help that we. When you say expensive, how much
Potions
do you
of
think it would
flying.
cost?
They're very expensive potions. I'm not sure. I've never dabbled with such rare magic myself. I think those items are quite rare, however. In fact, if I had to say, I would say that they're very rare.
That's a pain.
It could be thousands. That would be with the discount that you get for your Harper rank.
Do you have any wizards that know the spell fly? Actually, good as a multicaster or something.
You're in Everlund, my friend. Home to some of Faerun's most prestigious mages. Fly is an easy spell to cast. Not that I'm a wizard myself. There is a contact in Bryn Shander. They may be able to get you griffins. But is there any other information that you want? Sometimes information is far more valuable than material items. That is what we specialize in.
We haven't heard, or we haven't come across any stone giants. Do you know anything of them?
Stone giants. Stone giants. Yeah, there's been a lot of activity in the southern section of the Savage Frontier.
Well, which giants appear to be threatening Everland? It sounded like the threat was imminent.
I'm afraid I'm not privy to that information. I was actually hoping you could tell me.
Well, if we had that information, we could go after it. No, we're
It's probably the fire giants with their Dwanadod.
Now, back to those stone giants. I believe they've destroyed a city. Ulbar. That was a meeting place. Several high-ranking members of the Lord's Alliance were to meet in Ulbar for the expansion of the North, moving eastward. I know it's nothing more than an old village, but I've heard it's been completely destroyed, and all but abandoned. I believe it was stone giants that were doing this, but Ulbar is quite a distance away. Hey, I heard there was a teleportation circle at Loudwater. Hey, that's quite close. Look, and he points to your map.
Oh, is it? It's the one in between Parnast and. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's close.
It's the next city up. Yeah. If you
And,
do, you have horses?
I mean, we'll buy horses when we get there.
We have many horses.
Hell, if you had
Just not
horses, you could be there inside 2 days.
We have horses. Don't we have horses in here where we're at?
Probably. Are they your horses?
Oh, yeah.
He
Everland?
points out to the stable. You see something like,
Oh yeah, those are ours.
Yeah, they look a bit mangy. We should get some new ones.
No. I'm sure they've been taken care of.
Yeah, but they've been lazy these past couple of weeks. They'd be unfit.
They get runs every day.
Okay, fair.
alright, so
They get the runs every
by
day.
Yeah, eating spicy food.
a bit of
What are they feeding them?
a little bit of asking questions with the Harpers, and quite potentially there could be a stone giant enclave in this area if Loudwater and all bars have been under siege from stone giants. So from what you're seeing, it's like stone giants are affecting this area. This is where the hill giants were reaving. Frost giants are reaving the coast. Cloud giants seem to be all over this this area, Desserin Valley and whatnot. Well, they even attack Nightstone. And then fire giants kind of are besieging the north and whatnot. So you can see that every part of the Savage Frontier is being affected by these giants. All of the smaller hamlets and villages have pretty much been wiped off the map already. Now it sounds like the threat is moving towards such a strong fortified city like Everland. It must be very serious.
So Loudwater, see if we can pick up the trail of the stone giants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roderick can tell us what kind of stone giants.
Yeah, I can.
If we get unlucky with the stone giants, then we can always just keep
Go to Parnast.
going towards Parnast.
Join a different campaign.
Switch it off nightmare mode.
Alright, is that the
We'll
plan
find a
then?
way.
Use the Loudwater teleportation circle.
Yes.
Yes, with our horses. And we land in Loudwater galloping towards the west, east, north, whatever that is.
Yeah, time it so that when we're like galloping through the circle when the teleport happens.
Yeah.
And just
How many
burst out the other
creatures
side.
can go in the teleportation circle?
9.
I don't think a
Well, there's
circle
seven.
is just
There's
anybody that
seven
can go through the circle and around, I think.
Isn't it just automatic? You
It's
just
like
go
a
in the circle?
portal, and
Yeah.
it like lasts for just one round. So
Oh. Well, we can all go through in one round, no?
oh yeah, you guys can go on, but I was saying for your horses.
Well, if we're mounted on the horses, can we not go through as one?
They're bigger
But
though.
I thought the
Oh, 10
permanent
foot.
ones
You're
Just
gonna
are
hang on a
always
second.
working.
you're gonna Cronenberg fly yourself, man.
Maybe you could fit 7 horses in a 10-foot diameter circle. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that'd fit.
Or we just
We can
line up
always
and
ask-
go through one at a time in the.
We can always ask old dude if Loudwater would have horses for sale.
Yeah.
You could get your horses through, but then wait.
That's
Let's find. Let me just check where you're going to teleport to
Yeah.
because
It's in somebody's bedroom or something.
It's fine. It's fine. Just gallop our way out of their house.
Usually you're in a relatively small, discreet room.
It's Harper's circles, so they're discreet and hidden. Let's just
Not
just
anymore.
get horses.
You can find out where the circle goes, like who's going to be there and who's going to meet you there. They've got all this information. So you ask Draz, like, where does the Loudwater circle go to? It's like, it's in a cellar under a tavern called the Smiling Satyr.
That won't look suspicious at all.
Yeah.
Is there a
let's
place
just-
to buy horses nearby when you leave?
Loudwater? Yeah, it's a reasonable sized village, from what I understand. You should be able to get houses there. Horses, I mean. And houses. I think they have houses there as well.
But the real estate is very cheap right now.
really
It's,
cheap in Nightstone.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if they've been having trouble and you put forward the fact that you're adventurers, looking to save the city, they'll probably just throw damn horses at you.
Yeah, we've heard that before, but seems like it doesn't really happen that way.
It might.
Oh? Who would deny you such a noble cause of horses?
Yeah, I think we'll be good.
Well, we'll try.
Have faith.
Wait, when does
I
that
mean,
ever happen? You've
in
asked for
our experience-
horses and...
I well, actually, never for horses because we have so many already. So
I'm pretty sure you guys have been given horses before.
Yeah.
Right, there's a big difference between a horse and a couple of
Oh yeah,
thousand
those
gold per
bandits that we
potion.
met.
Griffin, well,
Those
griffins,
bandits that we met.
they take time to train. The problem is that with the griffins, the griffins that they get from Everlund, they train in Fire Shear, and it got destroyed by the frost giants recently. Of course, these things have happened during the time of the campaign as well. Obviously, you've been spending time protecting the Desserin Valley and the Dwarves of the North. Unfortunately, you can't be everywhere at once, so other cities like Loudwater, Ulbar, Fireshear, maybe even bring like these small towns, Ironmaster, Huddlestone, they were destroyed in the process. You can't save everything. But the
I feel
Giants-
like we should negotiate too a little bit with the Harpers.
I think that's the wrong path.
Yeah, the Harpers have like a
Come
ranking
across as-
system, and basically the more renown you have, the higher rank you get, and the higher rank you get, the more privileges you get. At your rank, you're lucky to get a couple of spell scrolls, which they gave you quite a few spell scrolls, and a discount on potions and stuff like that.
Okay, we should make a deal with them for every giant threat we neutralize. We should gain renown. Therefore,
Gain
gain
renowned
ranks.
with an altruistic group by doing good deeds.
Yeah, you're gaining renown with the Harpers. I mean, if you can fix the auditing, well, you're obviously going to have a lot of renown. All right.
Well, I was kind of hoping on the way.
Yeah, can we get like some credits? Like a
I like to be
Okay.
privy to what's being attacked. Well, what's going to be attacked?
Well,
Attacking.
you need 50 renown points to do that, which you don't have. All right, so
Yeah.
we'll take a break, and you guys will teleport to Loudwater. I'll see you guys back in about 10 minutes.
sure.
How's everyone doing?
I'm back.
Good so far.
Good.
Alright, so this is the next day, the day after leaving Svardborg. You guys have gotten ready, you've prepared your spells for the day, you've gotten all your equipment, and I presume everyone's ready to go.
Yes.
You bet.
You can basically in the meeting room trace the teleportation circle and teleport to Loudwater. As you do so, the next morning, well, this morning, you arrive in Loudwater. Alright, so you guys know a little bit of information about Loudwater collectively. It actually used to be home to elves, but it's a human town today. And it's a reasonable sized village made of grand wood and stone buildings, overgrown by vines and hung with flowering plants. And it's considered the last bastion of civilization when you're leaving the savage frontier. When you're leaving the north and heading east, there's a few more settlements around the Grey Peak Mountains, and then you're in the desert, basically. So, I mean, at best, it's just known because it's expensive as hell, Loudwater. I dare say any of you have even been there before. So, when you guys use the teleportation circle, you arrive in a 30-foot square basement, underground basement of a tavern, just as you were told. So you're met by a young man who he's actually in an unmade bed, just kind of sitting down, and the bed is underneath a wooden staircase, 20-foot, 30-foot square stone room. There are continual flames in sconces illuminating the room, and it's pretty warm here. You guys go from quite a cold environment as it's turning towards winter to this stifling, smelly cellar. And he looks like an apprentice. He's Chondathan, and he looks up at you all. He's quite heavy as well. He's quite a stocky young man, and he's got like a big pile of books, and he just throws them down immediately, and he jumps to his feet and he claps. He's quite tubby, about 5 foot tall, and he's got a little bit of facial hair. He's got kind of like a short trimmed goatee, round face, and wide eyes, and he claps. Oh, greetings, greetings. Oh, where did you come from, Harpers? He says to you
There
guys.
you go. Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Yes, we have just come from Everland.
Oh, how is the what's his name? Nespril? Is he the one that mines the circle? Oh, or is it Fluin? How is he?
Grumpy as
Fine.
always.
Sure.
Oh,
We were told that you would be able to help us find some horses to purchase.
yes, of course, of course. You came at just the right time. I am glad that I was here. Horses? Yes. I must warn you, though. First, I'm going to need to see your harper pins.
Flash him the pen
Good.
with a wink.
You do know that the Loudwater is, well, basically a puppet city of the Zentarum.
Oh, did not know that.
Well, we have
Not
some
many
power
do.
working you.
Such is the privilege of being a harper. Yes, the High Lord. His name is Telbor Zazrek.
Anyone we need to kill?
Wait.
Kill?
Harper pen?
Ah, I said he's a Zentarum. That's not a death sentence. Yeah,
Oh.
he shows you his harper pin too.
And the Zatarum I met was not worth much.
Well, we have to keep.
Very scandalous and backstabbing folk.
They're nowhere near as bad as they used to be, according to the books. But I'm not even a harp shadow. They don't really tell me much. I just mind the circle, and well, there's a great tavern down the road. I usually pop in there. Well, anyway, I'm sure you've all got important business. Yes, welcome to Loudwater. There are some great scenes to be seen here. There's a bridge. It's called the Flying Fish Bridge because the fish, they just kind of jump over it and they flop around, and there's been a lot of trouble actually lately. Many refugees have been coming from the villages of Ulbar and Lork, and I've heard that all of the settlements around the Grey Peak Mountains and all of the little hamlets, including even little old Greyvale, they've been flattened. So everyone's kind of made their way to Loudwater. And yes, are you here to do something about them?
We are.
We're not going to do anything about the refugees.
I mean, the giants, of course.
Yes.
It's no secret. Giants have ruined the world as we know it.
So, any word on where the giants are based at?
Well, Lork and Ulbar and Greyvale have all been destroyed, but Loudwater and Zelbros, I've not heard anything bad. We've not been attacked by giants, so I'm guessing east, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Very well.
It's a good guess. Better than that.
We look forward to our rewards.
It's better than Andy's guesses. He probably tried to go off east and got lost. Haven't seen him for weeks.
All right. Well, let's
So, you said you want me to help you get some horses?
Yes.
Yes, please.
And anything else you could, any other information you could give us, or advice?
What information do you want? I mean, I kind of just mind the circle for the harpers. It's all they've got me doing so far. Nothing exciting like hunting giants like you guys.
Well, maybe while we're on this noble hunt, you can source us some flying potions or scrolls of flying that Loudwater may carry within their.
Sorry?
Just tell us if Zentarum have a.
Those items you're speaking of, they can't simply just be bought. They're quite rare. I don't know what city you're from, but I've never... I mean, after the spell plague, of course, magic has really ceased in our world. I was just reading about the spell plague. I can't imagine any shops being able to sell such an item anywhere.
How long ago was the spell plague?
Okay.
Was it 100 years? Or was this a long...
Well, then,
yeah,
7 boots of
less
flying
than
will
100
do.
years.
horses, my friend. Take us to horses.
Yeah, horses, and then let's get going.
Pegasi.
About that, I did mention that this village is basically a, it's on the Zentaran's payroll, and, well, all goods that aren't supplied by the Zentaran are heavily taxed. The cost of living is absolutely outrageous. The establishments charge exorbitant prices here.
Yes.
We
How
don't
much?
plan to live here.
Oh, well.
How much are the horses?
They could be free.
What would cause them to be free? If we showed membership of Zentarum or something?
Kill the
I didn't think of that. I was thinking more like stealing some. Imagine that.
Yeah.
That would show those Zentarum.
Let's do that. That sounds like fun.
We do it stealthily.
We can just get the
We've been
horses
such
to
a
follow us.
good stealth group to this point.
I mean, or we can just, pay for them.
Yeah.
That
'cause
sounds
we're-
much easier.
'cause it
Oh,
sounds
there's
we
all sorts
might
of
want someplace
adventures.
to come back and rest after we're done fighting giants. Burn
Well,
our bridge behind us.
oh, that's no fun. There are all sorts of caravans and adventurers that come by Loudwater. I guess a lot of them will be leaving Loudwater, but there's a lot of confusion. You couldn't really tell that we're in the midst of chaos, but I was thinking maybe I could try one of my new spells, precipitation, that I've been practicing. I could create a diversion for you. I know where the Zentarum stable their horses. It would be as simple as, well, unlatching the stable door and just jumping on their back, and I'll take full responsibility.
Perhaps
Don't
on our return we can muck around, but right now we really must head east.
And we don't want to endanger you.
Oh,
Because we need you to mind the circle.
oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
I'm
need to
always
east.
minding this circle.
Yeah, well, good chance we'll need to come through here again.
And if you do a good job, they might upgrade you to a square.
Very well. But I did warn you, the Zentarum, they heavily tax any goods that aren't supplied by them. The horses, they're an exorbitant price. I mean,
Like, what are we talking here?
we're talking 100 gold pieces each.
Alright, we'll buy 5 extra. Let's go. Take us to the horses.
Whoa! Oh, you guys are really something. Alright then, let's go! Alright, and so he collects himself, like he's just sitting under the staircase talking to you guys while this is happening. So he gets up and he leads you guys to the stairs. And the stairs just seem to lead into the roof. However, he grabs something on the wall and there is a cord. He pulls it down, it's a secret door. And he ushers you in, ushers you up to the top of the stairs quickly. And then he lifts another lid. And it's actually the lid of a large trunk. And you all pile out of this trunk and you find yourselves actually in a cloakroom. In what sounds like a busy tap room. And you can smell the scent of ale. And
Oh, yes.
you can hear a lot of chatter and banter. It's a curtained off area, so no one sees you. And then you guys all head out, but your friend here doesn't go with you. He just wishes you all the best. And he points you into the direction of a stable, which apparently every entrance to Loudwater has a stable where they keep the horses, of course. So you climb out of the trunk. You find yourselves in the Smiling Satyr, this busy tap room. And when you guys exit, the Revel, your friend here, he just kind of pokes his head out of the curtain and he does a bit of a hand signal to the barman, and the barman nods, and seems like the barman is a member of the Harpers or a Harper sympathizer. And you guys quickly move out to avoid any suspicion, as this is supposedly a heavy Zentarum town. You spill out into Loudwater. Now, I can't imagine you're going to spend a great amount of time here. I'll quickly describe it for you all. There's a magical effect on the river, particularly the bridge, that causes trout trying to swim under the bridge to have to get propelled over it instead. So new people that come to town are told to go and check out the flying fish, and then fish hit people in the face, basically, and that's really funny. But
Sounds very Python-esque.
if that happens, it's considered good luck to throw the fish back into the river. The village itself has like a number of streets that curl and meander, and it's a very ancient-looking town. There are huge old trees lining the riverbank. There are gardens and bowers everywhere, and the town has what looks like a somewhat new road that cuts through the city. All the walls of the buildings have flowers and vines growing along their foundations, and it's set on the riverbank here as well, the Jalimba River. Overlooking the entire village is a large mansion on the north side of the river, and you imagine that's where the High Lord lives. It's the High Lord's Hall. So you wouldn't tell that, like, judging from Loudwater, that people are worried here. Everyone, which is mostly humans, they don't show worry on their faces, even though there is an abundance of refugees arriving. Even as you guys are here, a swathe of refugees from a nearby hamlet that's been destroyed are just coming in, and everyone's saying it's stone giants. Stone giants are the problem. They're coming from the Grey Peak Mountains. Anyone could tell you that. And as refugees are pouring in to Loudwater, you guys pour out. There are people that can't afford to stay in the local inns, herded like cows into large warehouses overlooking the harbour. And there's even rumour that stone giants have been spying on the town. That's just hearsay and rumour that you hear from all of the people as you walk by. And there doesn't really seem to be a militia. A very, very small force. You'd be lucky to count amount of guards on one hand as you make your way through Loudwater and out to the eastern gate, where you can all procure horses. They are 100 GP each, which is about a 25% markup. It appears that the Harper's idea of helping you guys out with horses was to steal them. So you can obviously just sell the horses when you get back. There'll be a lot of people trying to buy horses to get out of Loudwater, you can imagine. So 700 gold for the horses. That comes with barding, not barding, but a bit and bridle, saddlebags, and yeah, some horse food and whatnot. Yeah. All right, so you guys get on your way, as you know that the situation in Faerun is now dire, and you can. This road is basically a stone ramp. The second it leaves Loudwater, it's a dirt road basically, and it's the Grey Vale Run is the name of the road. So you guys head along Grey Vale Run, and what's the plan now? Where is your destination? Ulbar? Right east of Ulbar?
Yeah.
So, okay, if we can.
Try a track from there or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we might come upon them before that. So
Maybe.
Yes, maybe we can get out
We'll
of the city limits and then start seeing if we can track any giant tracks or anything around.
Alrighty. Yeah, you can stop and check for tracks every now and again. Actually, you might not need to. Alright, so you guys head along the trail. Like, that's what it is. It's not even really a road. A trail at best. It's known as Grey Vale Run. It extends from Loudwater and eastward, following the Grey Flow River that you guys gallop upon. You can stop and water your horses as needed. And there are some old wooden signs pointing east. The names on the signs have pretty much faded. If you stop and take a close inspection, you'll see that they point towards, that they say Grey Peak Mountains, Great Vale, and Dawn Pass. And along Grey Vale Run, you see some wagons that have been abandoned some small hamlets that have been pretty much flattened. This is about 10 miles east of Loudwater. And cottages that have been completely wrecked and flattened with rocks. And as you're riding later in this day, the sun is still high above the horizon. It's nice and warm down here as well, compared to being up in the frozen north where you guys were. So you definitely don't need your cold weather clothing. You actually see this old stone cottage, and there are 3 stone giants. They're a few hundred feet off the road, and they're very quietly, almost reverently dismantling this old stone cottage there. Very peaceful. They're not like trashing it. One giant is gathering some stones, while another one is rearranging them into some sort of decorative pillar. And a third one is using its lanky hands to dig holes in the ground, and it buries some furniture and stuff like that. From where you guys are standing, the giants, I mean, they stand out because they're so big. They basically look like bald, grey-skinned humans, but they've got to be at least 17 feet tall. And they look very muscular. Very muscular indeed. So there's 3 of them just peacefully taking apart this cottage. And alright, everyone who's witnessed this, before you make any decision about what you want to do with them, just make me an intelligence check.
Is this pertaining to giants?
Yeah, it's to see what they're doing here exactly. What is the purpose of what they're doing?
Yeah.
They're not like just destroying shit like the hill giants were, or even the hill giants were. They're not really just destroying shit.
Oops.
Alright, so as you guys just kind of stop to see what they're doing, you realize that they're actually erasing all evidence of this cottage and using its stones to create something artistic and timeless in its place. Like, they don't agree with the structure that small folk have made. And yeah, they are very focused on what they're doing. They haven't even noticed you guys.
No.
Should we go up to them?
You could ask him where the home is.
See if
Maybe-
they need some help.
Maybe
Follow them.
wait
Could
till they're
just
done
ask
and
them
follow
where
them. Yeah.
it is.
Do stone giants speak common?
They don't. They speak giant. All giants just speak their own giant dialect of giant.
We can just stay at a distance and spy on them. See if they lead us to their enclave.
We could do that, probably.
It's up to you guys. They're about 300 feet away off the road. There's
Well-
like a dirt trail that leads up there.
Judging on what we saw, how long are they on their task?
Oh, they've got the cottage basically down to its foundations.
Is there like bodies at their feet or anything?
You can make a perception check. It's a good distance away. No. There's no bodies.
I
Is
don't.
Our goal is to get to their base, right, where their leader is.
Yeah.
So
Get the
what's our
room.
best approach?
Perhaps we can get them to talk.
And Loudwater hasn't been destroyed, so obviously they're not attacking them right now, right?
Not yet, at least.
I don't know whether they did the attacking is probably irrelevant. We just want to know where their hideout is.
I said we try to talk to him first. If that doesn't work, then we break them.
Good block.
Alright, so stone giants aren't evil. They're actually pretty peaceful, and they're highly xenophobic. Alright, so you guys want to go up and confront them?
Yeah.
Or we can just ride on past and keep going to Oral Bar.
Oh yeah, you have a choice.
Well, maybe we can converse with them and see if they will take us to their leader.
Why would they want to do that? I'm just
Well,
trying
we
to
have to
play
think of a
devil's
reason.
advocate. Yeah.
We'd have to come up with some sort of story that hopefully one of our more charismatic characters can pull off.
The Allfather sent us. Might as well start with the truth.
Which is? Sorry, what?
The Allfather sent us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works.
Alright, so you guys are heading on over there.
Try the hail friend approach because it usually works for us.
Yeah, it always works.
Alright, so well, when you guys make your way over, you can see a giant's got like a chisel and he's carving out this like stone totem. And you come in quite close proximity to them, you're all on horseback. And yeah, they don't really notice you guys until you get pretty close. And one of the giants just kind of looks up at you at this stage. Looks up at you guys.
I'll try common, see if it works. Hail friends!
He very calmly goes over to a pile of rubble. And he picks up a large rock.
Speak giant, speak giant, speak giant.
And he says, "Leave us, or I will throw this rock at you."
Oh, I understand. The Allfather has sent us. Take us to your...
I would translate for him.
He's going to throw the rock on the ground here quite hard. Not at anyone, but it's like a warning shot. Massive rock, he just pummels onto the ground. And if you guys want to like get on your horses or whatever configuration, feel free to move your tokens around.
I do not think that they want to talk to us.
Yeah.
He just slams this giant sulfur rock down. It just gets embedded into the muddy dirt trail.
I think we should ride off the way we came, hide, and follow him home.
Alright. Well, I mean, we need to ride off if we don't want a confrontation anyway, so I would say let's...
If we kill him, we're not going to get anything out of him.
Exactly.
Well, when you guys back up, the stone giants just turn back to what they're doing. They don't really care about you guys too much, and they continue their work.
Alright.
Could we track, like do a circle around them and track and see if we can find out where they came from?
Yeah, you can spend about 5 minutes, make a survival check for tracks.
Yeah, whoever has survival, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
I can try that with guidance.
Fuck.
Alright, the giants are very big, and they leave big footprints. And it's been raining, the ground's quite soft, and you actually have advantage on the check. And yeah, there are a set of 3 stone giant tracks leading kind of east up the ways a little bit.
Cool. So we do the circle at a distance to them so they don't see us.
Yeah, you can give them a wide berth. So you want to follow those tracks?
That sounds like a good idea. What do you think, Norn? Dan?
Let's go.
Sounds good to me.
All right, you guys follow the tracks for a few hundred feet, and it's the neighbor of the person whose cottage that they're pulling apart. And this one is, there's nothing left. There's like the foundation stone, and there are a heap of stone totems, and there is some fresh dirt piled on the ground. And the tracks lead on to another few hundred feet, and there's another small cottage, and the same things happen to that one. And it seems like they've been going around and they've been doing this to all of these solitary cottages along the way.
Are the cottages human-sized or
Yeah.
giant-sized?
Yeah. They're just like some surrounding houses around, like, you know, Loudwater area, people's homes. And it continues on to the next one and the next one and the next one, all along Greyvale Run.
Taking back all the stones.
If we keep following the footprints, we'll get back to the compound, right?
It depends.
Hopefully.
You'll lose the tracks eventually, of course. Unless it leads you to the complex first. But for every day that has gone by, the tracks are harder to find. Okay, so you're only about 10 miles out of Loudwater. You've still got another, you know, you can travel another 20 miles per day easy. Probably more with the
Let's do it.
horses.
Let's do it.
Alright.
Keep trucking on.
Alright, so if you want to follow the tracks the entire time, it's going to slow you down because you're basically going up people's driveways and things like that. It's very hilly terrain. A lot of these cottages are solitary. They're tucked away into some nice trees and whatnot, and you know, there are like just roads leading, constantly leading off, stretching up to different solitary cottages. So you'll be moving slowly to follow the tracks at a slow pace.
Okay, let's just fuck the tracks and just go.
Well, I think maybe we should make a group decision about that.
So the idea is there. What made us decide on Oral Bar to begin with?
Oh, it's been flattened by stone giants apparently. Lork's been flattened by stone giants, and other small hamlets have been flattened by stone giants.
So
I think that we could probably just leave the tracks for now. I mean, they're heading in an easterly direction, and I think that we'll probably be able to pick the trail back up again later, or we could go all the way to Oral Bar and track from there. Because I mean, that's gonna be you know, there's some mountainous terrain there. Maybe that's where they are.
Yeah, just look for places they've left the beaten track, left the road or whatever.
And then that way you'd be able to go at a full gallop.
Yeah. And I don't think giants would not use the road. I mean, it's clear terrain. I think it'd be easier to travel along too. So I think those giants were just going from cottage to cottage. But if, you know, there might be giants on the road too.
All right. Is everyone in agreement? Continue galloping at full pace along the road? hope to find more evidence.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys gallop for the rest of the day, and let me just see the measurement here of how far you guys will get from Loudwater. You go about 50 miles or so. All right, you've traveled for an entire day, and you do see a couple of these totems every now and again. More evidence of the stone giants heading this way. Kind of here and there. Some of the cottages that can be peered from the roadside, basically. And alright, you've galloped for a whole day. The horses need a little bit of a rest. You guys need a rest, and you can make a camp here. You do all your watches and whatnot, and
We step off the road into the woods a little bit.
oh yeah,
Nice hop.
that would all be included in the general precautions that you take.
Just fire pit middle of the road.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Extra large bonfire.
don't really have any trouble here, and it's pretty quiet as well. You guys make camp, find a good place, make a fire, and eat some nice hot food, or just eating your trail rations. If you wanted to like hunt for like an elk or something, someone could make a survival check if you want to eat like a hot meal rather than just your, some nuts and stuff from your rations. Alright, Than gets a couple of rabbits for you guys, skins them, and
You said an elk. I want an elk.
That was Norin hiding behind the bush. You're like, oh, there's
shoot
an elk in there,
Norin.
go shoot it. You shoot
I drag
Norin,
Norin
that's not his
back.
armor.
couldn't find any elk.
He's
It might be that
Norin's
magic
like-
elk.
Norin's walked off into the bushes to take a leak and just ping.
Yeah, you're worried
How
about
was that?
you're worried about
The
just
fucking
Seeing-
dove attacks him out of nowhere.
exactly. Alright, yeah, Lily, you've got a good 6 hours of downtime here to scribe spells as well. And you guys wake up the next morning, and to take a look at your map, I mean, it's very easy to estimate where you are. So you should come to an intersection at about noon, and then you can head off north to Ulbar. So that's the plan. You guys can prepare your spells and stuff, get ready for another day. And you continue galloping along. And sure enough, you come to this intersection with a dirt road trailing off towards Ulbar. And there is a wooden sign facing north that says Ulbar. And then there is a wooden sign facing east that says Dawn Pass. And it leads towards the Grey Peak Mountains. You guys head north along the road. And alright, at not too long after leaving the intersection to head north, you guys see this. It's actually quite nice. It's a beautiful, fertile valley in this area. It's quite green. And there's this river. You can kind of see evidence of the nourishment that it gives to the land. It flows through the middle of this location. And there are farmsteads dotted everywhere. Hunting lodges, even evidence of some old dwarven mines, and the ruins of a bygone elven kingdom. And they're all in ruins. All the homesteads, all the hamlets lie in ruins. They've been completely flattened by these rampaging stone giants. And there's like no one here. But an hour later, you do find a farm. A small farm. They have some cattle. Sheep, mainly. 5 of them. And there's smoke coming from a chimney. And you can see some movement. And there's like a stubborn old farmer. He just tells you that he's refusing to leave.
Nice.
I've
And
been here my whole life, and
yeah.
I'll damn well die here.
pretty much.
That
And
kind of person.
How does he fend off the giants. How is that even possible?
He's a badass.
They ain't none done bothered me none, he says. And
They must like his house.
yeah, I guess he got lucky, dodged a bullet, because they haven't taken his home yet. And anyway, he stops and he offers you some rabbit stew, which he just had rabbit for dinner, so lots of rabbits around here. We could definitely go for some elk. Anyway, other than that, there's nothing you could do to get him to leave, unless you subdue him and kill him and take all his horses. All right, so then I'm just joking.
Don't tempt us.
All right, now you're heading up. It's actually kind of like an incline. It's a bit hilly terrain. There's still this beautiful kind of almost like a rainforest around you. It's that lush. And there's a nearby hilltop. And a dragon swoops down from the hilltop towards you guys. It's a brass dragon.
Oh, good.
Girlfriend.
It's got kind of almost like a slight green tinge to its scales, and it offers you greetings. Oh, oh, you speak. You do speak. Hello, greetings and salutations.
Greetings.
I'm Selixia.
Great one.
Oh, great one. Oh.
Well, you are a dragon.
Oh, why, thank you. And it just swoops up from the hilltop and just perches itself on the ground. The horses get a little bit startled, and the dragon spreads its wings out. Oh, it's only a young one. It's not too big.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured.
Barely 10 feet taller when it's perched up, and it does present itself in its most majestic form possible. It
Truly magnificent.
yeah. It
Very-
kind of looks like that handout. It's quite tough looking. A bit smaller though in comparison, and it doesn't have as much like kind of definition.
Fucking
And
dragon's ripped.
the scales are very
Right?
the scales are very shiny, and there are no scars. There's no missing scales. It doesn't look like the dragon's ever been in a fight, and it's quite friendly. Its face is its face looks very intelligent as well, and its head has these like broad protective plates that expand from its forehead, and there are spikes protruding from its chin. It has a frill running the length of its neck, tapering wings that extend down the length of its tail, and scales are kind of like a dull mottled brown with a little bit of a shine. And when it catches some sunlight, there's a luster, a warm luster coming off the dragon's scales, and you feel like when you're in the presence of this dragon, it's very nice. Like you feel like it's a very nice dragon. It has a very lovely demeanor. Roll initiative. I'm joking. I don't like the way you're looking at me, dragon. All right, so it's very curious, and you've spoiled it with your greeting. And it almost bats its eyes at you all.
It's a male dragon or a female?
Can't really tell.
Do you lift its leg and check?
Or do we
Sounds
have a
like
pleasure of knowing?
It speaks common. It sounds like a female's name, Selixia.
Ah, so she does say her name.
Oh, Selixia.
I'll introduce myself.
Selixia.
as
Your
that.
fame has precedes you. I wonder if we might trouble you for some information.
Oh well. You could trouble me with information, and I could trouble you with information. In fact, I'm about to trouble you with information. You see,
Exciting.
there are stone giants in this area. They're laying waste to all the farms, all the homesteads. They're even picking apart ruins in Greyvale. I've been working day and night to try and help some of the farmers and other locals. Even one stubborn farmer down the road. I've managed to fend off the giants, so he can keep his
How he's
home.
still alive.
You are indeed a noble creature.
We would love
You
to
know
join
where-
your cause.
Do you know where they're coming from? Where
Oh, yes,
where
yes.
their base is?
Yes, I do. But why would you want to go there? Are you going to try and stop them?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, they don't really mean bad. I don't know why they are suddenly out to destroy everything. They're actually usually very reclusive. They come from Deadstone Cleft, up in the Great Peak Mountains. But you should watch out. They have rocks.
Big rocks, from what we've seen.
Oh, enormous! Their wings spread out to hundreds of feet. They're much bigger than me.
Well, we've
Their
heard
wings.
that they've
Wait, what?
broken with the ordinary.
Oh,
right?
rocks. You mean like rock?
Oh, silly confusion. Yes, the great bird. They have a rock pet. It guards the entrance to their canyon lair.
Good lord.
Is a
Oh my
rock a
goodness.
I mean, it's big, but it doesn't scare me. I could lure it away for you.
Oh, that would be a great.
Excellent! Now let's talk gemstones. 5,000 gold worth would be excellent addition to my hoard. That would satisfy me. I'd happily lure away the rock for that price.
Right. Well,
Sorry,
I
how
bet
much?
we'll be able to plunder that from them.
Oh, of course you'd pay me first. I know what you humans are like. You're all the same.
Well,
don't know if
unfortunately,
we
we
have
don't have that
5,000
kind
worth.
of
I mean,
gem.
4?
We don't have those types of gems. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
gold pieces? I'll take gold pieces.
We would part with maybe 3,000.
Oh, what
silver
about a
pieces.
magic item? Come on, I need something for my hoard.
Oh,
That's true.
Yeah.
a
let's
magic
just give it
item,
the-
you say? What do we have that we don't need? Anyone?
Something rare.
Longbow +1?
50,000 silver.
Longbow +1.
It's not very shiny.
Oh, it looks like it has some pieces of dead elf on it, that longbow +1.
Have an
Uh,
extra conch
you mean
of,
charred elf? Yeah.
Oh, come on. A rare magic
Got
item.
it. Let's just give her the gold.
The what?
Gold. Why
Yeah,
not?
we've
How
got
much did she ask for?
Is anyone
A lot.
good with dragons? Like, is anyone has like dragon ancestry or anything like that?
Yeah, I've got favorite enemy, so
Oh
that
god.
includes. Well, no, it includes.
Listen,
knowing
you
about
could be a
them.
master of everything there, buddy. Well, it just happened. You're like Cliff.
All right. Does that give
I
you
have,
like
quiz-
advantage to converse with them,
It gives advantage on
killing them,
wisdom. Let's see.
or is it just like hunting them and tracking them? I would imagine.
How much did she ask for?
5,000.
Intelligence checks to recall about them. Yeah, so learn a language and wisdom survival checks to track, as well as intelligence to recall information about them.
We have a gold flute worth 250 gold.
So that's
We
a
have
nice
a
gold
gold-plated,
flute.
studded.
experience. Even talking to a certain type of enemy, it does say that. So,
Okay.
but it doesn't give a mechanical benefit for just talking.
Well, I will take that. I mean, you know what my favorite item is? A mammoth tusk. I would just join you for a mammoth tusk.
I'd strap it off my back and hand it over.
Really? You have one?
Indeed.
We
Wait,
have a
did you
mammoth
get
tusk.
one? I don't think you took it. Right.
Yeah, remember I carried it from the net. That was there was a big netted something.
Yeah, because he had the one from before, and you're like
from before. I was
"Do you want-
carrying.
do you wanna
In the
take
ship?
Other one because it matches.
No, it was after. We came in on a building and there was. Remember, there was this big netted area or something. I
There
just
was
remember a
a
net.
ship. There was a ship that had like some stuff in it in a net.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling.
There was a horn in there.
Oh, okay, never mind. So the tusk that we just who took that tusk? Didn't we take it?
No, we
No.
passed on it.
No, I said I refused to carry it, but somebody says I'll take it.
No, well, anyway, the dragon wants 5,000 gold pieces or a rare magic item.
Would you take
rare
platinum pieces?
Take
could
what, sorry?
Give him at least a quarter stuff, right?
I asked the dragon, would she take platinum pieces rather than gold?
Oh, yes. That's even more valuable. Of
5,000
course.
platinum pieces.
I'll take 5,000 platinum.
Oh,
100.
come on.
We'll give her 500 platinum.
Or with 400 and a gold-plated helm studded with gems topped with a tiny golden anvil.
Hell no. Give all the silver. Get rid of all that shit. Lighten our load, man.
We'll get like 300
There
gold
you
worth
go,
of
Rand.
silver.
I like Rand. I like his solution.
Yeah. And conk.
I guess not. I don't know.
Plus,
Do we even use them?
Well, we
we're
need
gonna
one
use
for
one.
the after we get all the runes.
All right. Yeah. Give up a conch.
Alright,
Is it very rare?
takes a look at the conch. This is unique. How do
It
I
is
use
extremely
this?
rare.
How do I use this?
Yeah.
You just put it in your hoard. And you admire.
You'll be the envy of the other dragons for sure.
This is a conch of teleportation.
Alright,
Once you
then
attune to it.
make a persuasion check. I don't want it.
Fuck! I'd hope my mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be happy to lead you there, but if you want me to distract the rock and lure it away, I'm going to need payment.
There's a lapis lazuli, worth 750 gold.
Yes.
Give that. The gold-plated helm studded with gems and whatever, 750 gold. Boom, that's 1,500 gold off the thing. So now we need 3,500.
Anybody using that magic plate armor we just got?
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gold flute, 250 gold pieces.
Boy, these sure are great items to add to your.
we got 10 silver darts.
Yeah, we might come across.
We got crazy. We got 4 written ritual masks carved from wooden blah 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 with gemstones. The masks are worth 250 gold pieces each. There's 4 of them. That's 1,000 gold pieces worth.
Yep.
And she likes gems,
Yeah,
Yep.
so
so
We're
that's
up
another
to-
1,000. So we're at like, what is that? Almost 3,000.
2750, I think.
Yeah, we can. We'll check if she actually wants these particular things. Can
We
get.
got
Yeah, she'll take artwork and valuables.
Yeah. so we got quite a
a
bit of
wedding
stuff there.
band.
Just dumping a bunch of
So,
shit on
well,
the ground.
Jarek suggests just dealing with the rock. That's also an option. The dragon's going to show you where the Deadstone Cleft is anyway.
Yeah.
If you think you could take
We'll
a
save our
rock.
resources for the giant.
Although, if we are conversing with the giants, depends how we do it. Are we just going to go steal it? Or try to talk to them? Or fight them?
Feel
Yeah.
that stealing it is not. I just don't
Feasible.
think that's in our party's strength. That's all I'm saying.
If we can,
Well,
if we can
bargain
figure out a way
for one of them
to get
with the
the
fight.
teleportation circle to work, we might be able to.
Maybe Jarek's imp can steal it.
What about that rapier? That one in his hand. I can sense something about it. Is it an intelligent weapon?
Jarek.
Oh,
Jarek.
Jarek.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure we could deal with the rock.
Oh, I would take that weapon. It's something about intelligent telepathic weapons are just... Oh, it's the greatest treasure that a brass dragon can possess! I know one when I see it.
Is it?
Jarek?
Like I said,
Really likes that sword, man.
I think we can deal with the rock on our own.
Or we can just pay her.
Just pay
What else
pay
can
her
we
all
do?
these gems.
Pay her the
We have
gems and
enough.
the difference in gold. Let's get to 5k and
Take all these riches we have. Take them. As payment. These jewels and crowns.
Sure.
Gem.
Yes, 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 yes.
Take them all. Take them all.
That.
All
We got
right.
a gold censer worth 250 gold pieces.
Now, so yeah, you guys, if you gather up 5,000 gold pieces worth of valuables, then the dragon will take
All of
them.
them.
And,
Who's on it?
all
Let's
right,
make a list.
the dragon.
Arthur's making a list.
Who's on the? Yeah, you can sort that out. The dragon's
Ignore
going
it.
to take it all and kind of scoop it up and say, "All right, now I need to hide this treasure, and then I'll be right back, and then I'll take you guys to the Deadstone Cleft. If you have some sort of way to reduce your weight, I could pretty much carry all of you."
3,000.
We have enough. I'll add it up later and take it off.
All right, the dragon wants to take the treasure and obviously go and hide it. The dragon's not going to take all this stuff. So, you guys all right with that? Dragon taking all the treasure
Yep.
first and coming back.
Yeah.
We can trust you
know
to come
both
back.
people.
Yes?
Oh, yes. I need to hide the treasure.
Does she seem
the other
does
dragons?
she seem like she's
Yeah, you can make an insight
On the-
check. And you wouldn't imagine this dragon's trying to trick you or anything like that. Especially when you've been so forthright with it. They the dragons, they are very kind of shy and protective of their treasure as well, and they like to conceal them, hide them in secret places. Come back for them later. The dragon takes all the treasure and flies off with it. And comes back a short while later, within an hour.
Just locate objects, one of those things that identifiable.
I already have a gold flute.
It heads off towards
side of my memory.
that hilltop that the dragon came from originally. Disappears behind the hill and comes back.
Oh, I should have given them the bag of beans and get them to bury it.
Alright, the brass dragon comes back and just sizes you all up. Now, you've got horses. I guess they're quite quick. Not as quick as me, but do you think you can keep up? I'll keep you in sight.
You would have to, we couldn't keep up with you if you were trying to get away. You're much too.
Alright,
But yeah,
if you go
in sight, we'll follow as fast as we.
if you go quickly, we'll get to the ruin by sundown, and then it's going to be another day into the Deadstone Cleft. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go! And then the dragon flies off, heading along the road north. You guys gallop behind the dragon as it guides you. At the end of this day, you will arrive at Ulbar. And there's nothing here. The entire village. Alright, the dragon swoops back before you get too far into the village, lands on the ground, and says, It's pretty much rubble. There's barely anything left. There's a stone giant in there. It's piling up stones. Maybe you could speak to it.
Yeah.
See,
And
find out why the giants are doing this. I don't think the giant will like me very much. In fact, it almost threw a rock at me. Listen, I'm going to find a nice patch of dirt and dig a little bit of a burrow for myself and get some rest. That was a long day of flying. I would suggest you find a burrow for yourselves as well and dig one for you to sleep. And you could try and speak to the stone giant. Find out why they're doing this. Okay. Do you need help digging your burrows to sleep in? You do sleep in burrows, don't you?
Preferably, yes.
Some of us, yes. Some of us, no. Some of us don't require sleep at all.
Well, when the sun rises, I'll be flying around. I'll meet you, and then we'll continue on.
Sure.
Alright, so you're a little ways from Ulbar when you're stopped by the dragon, and as you look around, this old village overlooks the confluence of the Lower Grand and the Grey Flow rivers. And you couldn't imagine anyone much traveling out this far so far removed from civilization. And this place is just, there's nothing left of it. It's pretty much been reduced to a bunch of these totems scattered around everywhere. And apparently there's a stone giant in there, so yeah, I guess you have a choice to just make camp now or go and try and converse with this stone giant.
I'd like to talk to the stone giant.
Okay. Alright.
Well,
There's a little bit of sunlight left, so you could still make it over and talk to the giant under the light of day if you wish. I'll move on to a map and whether you're staying back on the road, making a camp, or you're going over to converse. Leave that up to you guys to decide. As Roderick heads up and whoever else goes with him, you just see this lone stone giant. Just looks like there was a bit of a wall here that the giant's just pulling apart the last bits of it. There's piles of rubble everywhere, and the stone giant itself is in the company of 6 goat. And it looks up at you. Some of these stacking stones are about 20 feet high. And anyway, the goats are just grazing. And he's sorting through some stones and he's stacking some more up. And he looks up at you. Just a blank expression on his face, Roderick. You're about
Greetings.
50 feet away.
Call out in giant. Greetings.
He looks at you. And then he just looks back down to his stones and he sits down, he crosses his legs, and he starts stacking some stones up.
What's your business here, friend?
He looks up at you again, has a bit of a sad look in his eyes, shakes his head, continues to stack some more stones very peacefully.
I'll approach and find some smaller stones and make a better statue.
So you start stacking some stones as well?
Yep.
Alright, he looks over at you and he continues stacking his stones. And there's something wrong with this giant. You can make an insight check, Roderick. You have advantage. Alright. You feel like this giant can't or won't speak. He's a mute.
Ah.
But he seems to understand what you're saying. And he stacks stones with you. He allows you to stack stones up. As long as it's not better than him. Otherwise, he'll knock them down.
Well, I'm gonna try. Yeah.
You feel like he doesn't have a version of better. He's just making these structures.
Well, I have a version of better, so I'm going for that.
Okay, alright, you're better than him, Roderick. You're just better than him. You can speak as well, and he can't, so you beat
I
him.
believe that.
Alright,
Can
so
I Would I be able to tell why he can't speak from a distance, or if I approach a little bit?
There's nothing suggesting that.
No scars on his throat or anything?
No. No scar on his mouth or his throat. And he doesn't even open his mouth. So you can't see if his like tongue's been cut out or anything like that.
Can I ask him, why do you not speak to us, friend?
You're speaking in giant as well, right?
Yeah.
And he points. Points northeast through this veritable maze of stone pillars that he's created.
Somebody is watching you?
He shakes his head and he's pointing to the river, saying that the reason why he doesn't speak is up the river, basically. That's what Roderick could tell with his insight check as well.
Uh-huh.
Can we pass and go to the north, or where he's pointing? I'll ask him, can we pass?
He shakes his head and he has a very sad look in his eyes. Like something
Shakes his head in
bad
what
is-
way?
Sorry, he nods his head like you can. And then he just he just moans.
We will help you if we can.
He looks very sad and he goes back to stacking his rocks. He just keeps on stacking them and
Let's head past him.
Yeah. Should I try charming these goats?
as you look
Like,
northeast of Ulbar, you see mountain terrain, and there is a river, and it extends into the horizon past the remnants of Ulbar, and it just leads up to a mighty mountain range. And everything has a bit of a golden hue to it as you're coming on sundown. See the
Alright.
sun kind of peering
Maybe.
through the mountain range.
It has something to do with his village.
what would be hindering him from talking?
A vow of silence.
Could be. Well, apparently, according to the Save Faerun quest, a stone giant thing is trying to awaken the Tarask slumbers in the Underdark, but I don't really see how that is relevant.
All of a sudden, the giant's like not moving. He's frozen.
Frozen in the same position he was in before?
He has turned completely to stone,
Oh shit.
petrified. And yeah, you can see all of his features have kind of melded closer together. He doesn't have the same kind of definition. His his flesh has turned from living, breathing flesh into just solid stone.
So that's why he was probably slowly turning. So it was like tongue or something was already turned.
You can
So
blast
the
this
whole
goddamn
village is
thing.
the village is in trouble. I bet.
And suddenly, he hasn't stopped. He's somehow using some spells, and he's like shaping the stone. And he carves out some words on the stone. It's in Giant, which shares the same script as dwarves, and it says Olak Mora, which translates to the Great Stillness.
Right.
Want care to explain?
It doesn't respond to that.
Being petrified is a great stillness.
And he seems to be in some sort of, you could call it a meditative state. I'm not sure if he's going to come out of it or not, but he seems to be at peace. I guess. And yeah, he's a statue now, basically. So he ain't doing nothing. One of the goats piss on him. Doesn't even do anything about it. One of them start licking him. One of them comes up to you, Roderick. Says, "Meh, meh." Starts jumping sideways, like all crazy, like.
We've got plenty of spells, so I'm going to cast Speak with Animals today. Mark it off.
Meh.
Hello, what's up? What you trying to tell me?
Can I eat your socks?
I don't have spare pair of socks. Let me just check if I have anything.
What's a spare pair mean? And it starts trying to chew at your socks.
Do I have sabatons on my adamantine plate armor?
He doesn't get through to your socks unless you let him.
I think I want to keep my
You
socks.
kill it first.
Meh. And yeah, it can give you information if you want to ask it some things. Other than that, I mean, it's a goat.
Yeah. Have you seen any more of these stone giants?
Meh. Nope. Meh. This one is the only one. He always does this. Stacks his stones. Turns to stone. He squashed our shepherd.
That was a bit rude of him. Did you like your shepherd?
This is a good life now. We follow him wherever he goes. Wherever he goes, there is grass. Grass is life. Is there anything more to life?
Well, the socks.
Maybe a good sock.
There is. That is all life is. Grass and socks. Or
And rocks to
socks
climb on.
stuffed with grass. The ultimate indulgence. The goat doesn't really have much to tell you,
Yeah. Not really.
but you feel like he does this every night. It's like his version of sleeping, basically.
No.
Okay. Yeah, well, suppose we found out a weekend from the giant and the goats. Unless we want to have goat for dinner.
Some artwork of stone giants pulling apart some villages. But they weren't doing it like aggressively like this from when you guys witnessed it. Alright, well, this giant's petrified and the goats don't have much to say, so it's nighttime now. And you can see the distant glow of the campfire, so if you guys want to head back there, you can call it another night and you should be back. You should be at, hopefully, Deadstone Cleft tomorrow.
Right? Do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright guys, make a survival check then. Let's see if you can catch something. You find a goat.
Oh.
You have goat for dinner. It's not
Great.
one of these goats. There are still 6 goats. Alright, the next morning, the dragon comes and meets you all and is very keen to take you guys to Deadstone Cleft. The stone giant is still in this petrified state, suggesting that maybe his sleep is longer than yours. And the dragon just greets you all, asks you if you had a good sleep, and then takes to the air and soars off into this valley. And you guys follow with your horses. You are expecting to get to Deadstone Cleft before sundown, so there may be a bit of light left when you actually get to this lair of the stone giants. And yeah, you don't have any encounters on the way. And eventually you arrive at the entrance of a remote canyon. And the dragon tells you to stop. Just wait there. I've been pondering this, I had a dream. All sorts of ways to to distract this rock. Guess what I've got? The dragon pulls out a goat. Wah!
You are smart.
I know. I snatched it up when no one was looking from that stone giant. Alright.
Is it the one that I talked to, or is it a different one?
It's that one. She stole one of the goats. Alright, so you guys will have time to prepare any spells that you want to do and whatnot. I presume that you're all going to be ready to go into. Probably face some hostile stone giants. But don't forget,
I like the ones we've found so far.
you don't need to genocide, you just need to find this rune. It should belong to the giant Thane. Not Than, but Thane. Alright.
Do a part
Same
of that
thing.
phrase.
So, the mouth of the canyon is a grassy ravine with this shallow but very swift-flowing river. There's a moss-covered log spanning one point that you could cross. You're about a mile away. And the dragon says to you all, well, I guess this is it. Be seeing you.
Thank you, Great One.
And then the dragon flies off. As you guys move in, you see this enormous bird. It is absolutely huge. 200-foot wingspan. Ah! You've seen one before up close, in fact. A storm giant was riding one. And it's chasing the brass dragon as the brass dragon dangles a goat in front of its face. Ah! And they they're moving so quick. They soar across the sky, and the dragon distracts the rock as you guys quickly move in, and you can actually see the rock's nest as you're entering now. It's basically a large collection of felled trees, wrecked wagons, crushed bales of hay, some bent shields, and some rusty helms kind of tucked in there, and the glint of what looks like some treasure in the bird's nest. And we'll wrap it up here for tonight. So next week you'll be all fresh. You can prepare whatever you need to. You can have some time to think about how you're going to deal with these stone giants, and we'll be back into another giant lair at the start of next week.
Just to call attention to the group, I put up telepathic bond, so at least for the next hour we can talk without talking.
Okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
Is there a distance to that?
Oh, Ren doesn't get it.
All week until next Friday?
It only lasts
He's a barbarian,
for
right?
1 hour, so it'll be gone by tomorrow. No, I'm joking. All right,
It'll be gone by the next session.
it'll be gone by next session. That's a week
It's
away.
168 hours in a week, and the session goes for about 4 hours. So yeah.
It's got a hell of a distance, though. Anywhere on this plane of existence, basically.
Perfect. We can even talk to Seb.
The telepathic bond is Discord.
Yeah.
And well, I think there's some nice artwork as well. Yeah, this is what you guys see. The entrance of it's a canyon basically, so it's a big old slice in a mountain range. All right.
You say there's no elk in that area? Come on. It's like,
You
oh,
should be able to get a rune from this place, and when you get the rune, you get a level up, and then
not if we teleport out first.
well, that was unlucky. You spent too many resources, unfortunately, so you weren't able to get the rune. But hopefully, with this one, stone giants are easier than frost giant to deal with. You should be able to get this rune, and then you get to the next level, and then you'll be able to deal with things that you've not been able to deal with, such as if you wanted to deal with the frost giants. Just need to take care of other more urgent, pressing matters before you can go back and do that. Because
Honestly, I'm not even sure it was the frost giants that truly wore us down, but the freaking fireball.
The what?
The 50 hit
Fireball.
points from the fireball.
so maybe that's something to note. Next time you meet an NPC, it's probably best to just kill them on sight rather than get
To this
know them.
guy. Listen to this guy.
I mean, that's what you're teaching us.
Fucking
Don't forget, like,
changing our alignments anytime we try to do anything.
if you don't trust someone, like you could like.
I tried to banish him, if you recall. I think I tried banishing him.
You could also like you could seize them, like you could take them prisoner or something like that. Taking someone prisoner wouldn't be evil. Killing them outright would be. But yeah, you could say like, we don't trust you. Give us your stuff, and we're going to just
No.
You're under
You-
arrest.
you play-
We're the Harpers.
You play your NPCs too well, and you mind fuck us.
We
And
quote
then-
unquote take him prisoner, but then he resists and we kill him anyway. As long as we try to take him prisoner, we're not evil.
Your charisma's too high for us, Seb.
Well, yeah. Not everyone will betray you. Anyway, it's a setback, but it's not a defeat. And I'm confident that you guys will get this next rune easily. I'll see you guys next week. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.